Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Warhammer, Wrath and Glory. Yeah, this is it's been a hot minute since we've played this game. Just a slight hot minute. And we're picking up with the crew of the Anvil, which, from our last couple of games, the Anvil being one of them. It is a Jokero ship. Jokero are masters of technology, and this is a mutant clan of them that can speak and interact with people. And they are carrying the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims are wandering through the grimdark galaxy universe as Brother Castiel is looking for evidence of the traitor as part of a secret mission for the Dark Angels. And well, you know, they're wandering, doing good, righting wrongs and fighting evil.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Totally.
Yep. But there has been a problem that has arisen. And before we get into the problem, let's go and just introduce the cast problem, starting with Brother Castiel. What did I leave out there? Jason.
I am Battle Brother Castiel, Deathwing of the Dark Angels chapter. I have been sent forth by my chapter on behalf of Interrogator Chaplain Puriel in order to locate and destroy all traces of fallen conspiracies.
All right. Yeah, gotta get them fallen. They're bad. That's how Puriel sounds. Get them. I was never the same after the surgery. Fix my voice.
I love that voice coming out of their fucking skull helmets those guys wear.
Yeah.
This is your life on Gene Seeds.
Yep. Next up, though, we have Renee playing Sister Heliene.
Yo. Hey, I'm Sister Heliene. My goal is to just keep fighting heresy and whatever. Yay.
It's like, I find heresy and whatevs.
Yeah. And then, speaking of heresy, Tom, why don't you introduce your character?
Yeah, I'm still the weird boy, Rotzod Forcerippah. I'm still here because Gork and Mork say I need to be here for some reason.
Yep.
And I dare not question that.
Mm-hmm. You might have been struck in the head one too many times, even for an orc, or maybe you have been touched by Gork and Mork. Either way, you've had a lot of good fighting. So
yeah, I never rule either of those out. In fact, I could probably almost also worship, traumatic brain injury as a god.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, we have Aaron.
Oh, hey. Zarin, and I am returning as everybody's favorite Eldar Corsair, Elephyon of the Southern Cross. I am here
not my favorite.
I didn't think you had a favorite right now.
He's a great guy. Come on.
Definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, I'm not here to please anyway. I'm here to steal.
Yep. So, you've there are of course other Xenos and weirdos on this ship. All of you must act peacefully because the Jokero need your abilities to complete various tasks, but they do have enough power to, wipe everyone out on their own ship. And the ship can travel freely throughout the galaxy, even though, despite all these nasty warp storms, well, it used to be able to. Something's happened. You've all received, you four have received an emergency alert and summons to the bridge where the Elder Jokero, who is, of course, the Jokero are an ape-like species who seem to look very primitive, almost animalistic, but super smart and can build almost anything out of anything. Anyways, the Elder Jokero uses basically a little floating keyboard that he can type in with superhuman speed, and it has a Siri-like voice box connected to it. So it voices, "Oh, hello, thank you." I'm retconning. I don't remember what the Jokeros were like last time I roleplayed them. So this is how they are now. So ignore any inconsistencies from the last adventure. Hello. I'm glad to see you, because I believe you can be of assistance. We are as you might say, trapped in orbit around this dead planet. Titular line of the scenario, by the way. I am adapting a Mothership RPG scenario called Dead Planet. So it's going to be slightly changed because, Mothership and Warhammer 40k are slightly different settings. But anyways, we are in orbit over a dead planet. There is an unusual warp energy that has lured us in. And we cannot activate the warp system to leave. Using sublight systems would take us, of course, thousands of years to reach to get out of this warp vortex, which is suboptimal. Therefore, we must find the energy source that is preventing our engines from initiating. We have done a preliminary scan. A giant screen at the back lights up showing a planet, mostly covered in cloud. It looks rather gloomy and dismal. There is a tide-locked moon.
Beautiful.
Yep. Above it, it appears to, of course, not have any life. It appears not to have any atmosphere. The planet does have atmosphere. The moon does not. But there's also many floating wrecked ships, spaceships in orbit around the planet and moon. We have detected our localized sensors cannot. Well, our sensors are overwhelmed with warp energy. We cannot pinpoint. There's a saturation of chaotic energy. We cannot be for sure where the disturbance is coming from. We have found one localized warp signature in a wrecked ship. It appears to be a Terran ship, an Imperial ship, named the Alexis. We, of course, do not know anything about it, but there is a pulsing energy signature that seems to initiate in strength every 47 minutes, remains active for 13 minutes, and then the cycle repeats. So
can't you just paint the ship to make it go faster?
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is not making... Well, our ship, I don't think painting it red will make it fast enough to get out of the warp vortex in a timely manner.
You just need a lot of red paint.
I don't think... I do not believe... Or I appreciate your critique, but I do not believe orc technology is compatible with our technology.
Can I roll investigation, see if I recognize the class?
Yeah, sure. That would be good. So again, use the dice rolling channel, and your first thing is the
3 successes.
Yep, it's a routine. Well, it's a regular check. So
that would be 3. Yeah.
Yep. So it is an explorator ship. It is commonly used for surveying and archaeological, checking out planets, that kind of thing. So it'd be more focused on scientific exploration. Might be you're not sure. It could be tech priests, or that doesn't look. I mean, it might have a contingency of tech priests or priest technology, or it might just be administrative. I forgot what administratorium.
The administratum.
Yeah, the administratum. Yep. But yeah, that's the thing. That's what you're looking at: surveying or archaeology. Looks fairly recent and intact. And yeah, probably has some servitors on it, scientists, teamsters, maybe a couple of IG guards. But yeah. Is there anything else you want to know about it?
Nope. I think that's pretty thorough of what I could just get from glancing at it.
Of course.
I wouldn't have a backlog of Imperial naval vessels, so I wouldn't recognize when it went missing or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the kind of ship it is.
Right.
It's you've seen many of those ships before. They'd often, it's not a colony ship. It would be like, yeah. Well, you've had to
pre-colony ship.
Yeah, but also, I mean, dual use for archaeology, xenoarchaeology, and that kind of thing, like digging up ruins and that kind of thing.
How far away are we from that ship?
Not too far. Definitely, you could get the jump in the Corsair ship and go investigate that ship. That's the only warp signature there for sure is there. The thing is, because there's so much warp energy in the area, they'd have to get very close to something to scan it in detail. Like, if they want to scan the moon or the planet, they'd have to get in orbit over it. Right now, they're at a good distance from both, about as far away as they can be from the pull of the vortex. So they're at sort of the edge of this dead ship field, orbiting both. But the Elder Jakaro explains if they want to do a detailed scan, they can, but that would make them vulnerable to any anti-ship weapons, which they could not detect. Well, they could not detect it almost at all, thanks to the cloud cover on the dead planet, unless they're powering up, which would give them a very narrow window. And then the moon, they'd have a better advantage because there's no atmosphere, but still be making the ship vulnerable to attack if they do a detailed scan. But yeah, maybe it's the thing in the ship. There is definitely something weird going on in that ship. So,
well, actually, can I kind of try to psychically tell what the general vibe is on that other ship?
Sure. You sure can. Are you using your skill or one of your specific abilities?
Yeah.
You got Scry, don't you?
Oh yeah, you do have Scry.
Tom?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. I believe that would be will plus psychic mastery to roll. So
yeah, I got that.
Okay, go ahead and roll those.
Are you gonna unleash it, Tom? Or are you just gonna do a standard psychic check?
Just to, dude, the day's just begun. I'm not gonna go crazy yet.
All right.
Oh yeah, you got several of them. You got forewarning, prophetic visions. We'll just roll.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna. I'm not gonna get too caught up in details in this because still shaking the cobwebs loose a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What are you trying to?
Excuse me while I check this out.
All right. You get a sense there's a pinpoint somewhere in the ship. You get a vision of something made of metal, dark twisted metal. A grotesque statue of excessively joined and twisted limbs entwined with screaming faces, adorned with too many eyes. That is definitely somewhere within the ship.
Well, there's some really cool artwork on that ship. It's kind of terrifying. This should be fun.
Do we know if the artwork's expensive?
I'm not an art critic.
Yeah, you also
more importantly, is it heretical?
I just look like I would say almost certainly it's heretical. What isn't heretical?
Then that'll actually sell for more.
You do pay back. You do get a vision of several humans, 6 or 7 humans, corpses kneeling in front of, surrounding this sculpture.
There's some old time religion on there too.
All right, so the Alexis does have a airlock. So yeah, you can take the ship there. So that's what the Jakaro wants you to do. He's not going to force you, but he's like, well, it could be this thing. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I don't want to risk the ship scanning those planets in detail. We have to get pretty close to something to, check a thing. And even if we did, it might take weeks or longer for us to scan the planet. I mean, it's a planet. The moon, well, that wouldn't take as long because it's small.
I'm going to put an arm around it. We love to help.
Okay. Well, thank you. Well, that's why I'm glad we brought you on board.
There's nothing but friendship here.
All right. So that's sort of the first issue is dealing with the Alexis, because that could be your problem. That could be your problem right there. So there's only one.
Turns out you got gravitonic distortions caused by warp storms.
I knew that's what it could be.
There are 2 airlocks. One airlock is like human, like entry size. That would be like the standard one. Then there is a cargo hold. Well, I'm talking about like entries into the ship. So there's an airlock, and then there's a cargo hold opening. So it's a 2-story ship, 2 stories tall, but yeah, just regular spaceship size, for a crew of about 25 to 30.
Okay, so when you say for the cargo one, is that basically just an extended cargo hatch, or is into their hold, or is that an actual place where it could land the Harlock?
Well, the Harlock is probably comparable in size. You could not land inside this ship. Actually, it's probably... Actually, sorry, I misread that. There's probably about 12 crew. So...
Okay.
So the Harlock's way bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, again,
Take
probably...
your damn shuttle, though. You don't need to take out the whole fucking Corvette.
Yeah, if you wanted to get next to it, you'd have to do that.
You need to run it every once in a while, or it's like the maintenance filter is going to go up.
Well, there's also so there's also a bunch of other ships that appear to be dead that you could, scan to check out for potential loot and stuff like that. But the Alexis is the only one that has a warp signature that the Anvil can detect. So if you want to take, you can take the Harlock, you can take the shuttle. You're close enough to do the shuttle. And if you do the shuttle, you can get it right up to the airlock. Or you could fly it into the cargo hold. The shuttle could fit inside the cargo hold. At least assuming the cargo hold is not full.
Okay, so all right, if we insist, but that means I have to make multiple trips back and forth if we actually find anything worth it.
Okay, so you don't have to make a check to pilot to get within vicinity of the Alexis, but as you get closer, all of you can kind of feel it's almost like air pressure changes. But the Jokero tell you that the warp energy is building. It's going to, like I said, every 47 minutes, the energies build forth and seem to max out for 13 minutes, and then they die down. So it's like the tide. So the tide is building up. So you can choose when you want to go. Do you want to go when the energy is highest or it's lowest?
So what would at least the risk would be, assuming possibly more damage if it's at its highest.
Well, it's warp energy. That shit's weird. You don't know.
Okay.
Basically, we'll have an easier time finding something if we go when it's highest, but we're going to get fucked with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm at least Elephion's kind of going for high risk, high reward in this case. So, although I'm obviously not going to be the one fighting in the ship if something else happens, so I will leave it to a vote.
Castiel concludes that the only way to continue on the mission is to get past the obstacles. So he's not scared of warp energy. So
okay.
So yes, if we're more likely to find a solution in an expedient manner, let's go when it's highest.
Wait, aren't you worried about potential violence? And I'll pause before we all burst out laughing, I'm sure.
Okay.
Can't be afraid of the wind or dimensional violence.
Okay. So you can time the entry so that you're there when the energy is at its highest for the 13-minute cycle. So if anything's weird, you'll be able to identify it much more easily. So there's the person-sized airlock, which you could sort of back the shuttle into. It's sort of, or you could do the cargo hold.
Aldari, bring us within 50 meters of the standard airlock. I will go from there. You take the rest through the cargo holds, and we will rendezvous inside at the artwork the orc described.
Okay.
I don't really mind doing that's like Halo jumps into the warp, but I swear to God, if you scuff up the back like last time, I'm going to charge you for it.
I'm sure it will continue to accrue on the tab. You've already begun.
So, well, I don't want to show it to you, but it's pretty much papering my room at this point.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
I assume everybody's wearing a vac suit of some kind, or power armor.
I'm wearing my Terminator armor.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'll be fine.
Sister Heliene, you're wearing vac sealed power armor, right?
Yeah, their armor is vac sealed.
Okay.
If she wears a helmet, which most sisters don't, but
I guess I'm wearing whatever.
Put one on for this.
Yeah.
I guess I'm wearing whatever orcs wear.
A fishbowl.
I think it's a plastic garbage bag.
We decided that the first time. It was a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm wearing my fishbowl.
Yeah, it's like borrowed human, extra large, ogren, spacesuit. Something that Jacaro fabbed up. They saw a rogue trader use that for an ogren bodyguard once.
I'm actually saying, like, I missed my fishbowl.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right, so I'll make an athletics check to make my jump.
Yeah, this is gonna be slightly difficult because jumping.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So difficulty's 4.
Cool.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Hello, Glory.
Yeah, that'll be a glory dice, I think.
Yeah. All right, so you land solidly on the airlock. It is locked, and it does not respond to a manual open. The ship is in lockdown mode. So,
can I roll investigate to, basically I want to ascertain, like, if a hard breach is going to totally fuck the ship or if the airlock itself is good, and I can sort it out once I get inside.
Investigate would let you do that. It would not let you
Okay, cool.
hack. That would be tech. But yeah, you could figure out if that would be compromise the ship itself.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
4 successes? Is
Yeah.
that good enough?
Yeah, that's good enough. So with that, you think the ship is in lockdown mode, but there's no external damage to it or significant damage to it. So you're guessing it's something that happened internally in the ship. It wasn't like an external threat because if it was an external threat, why is there no evidence of it? So probably the crew. There's probably atmosphere in there, and the airlock. If you damage the outer door, you're not. It's. If there's anybody alive, you would be threatening their lives. But they haven't. There's been no radio signals. They haven't picked up any power signature or any life signatures, but it's hard to tell because of the warp energy. And it's a relatively small ship, so
right.
You could be damaging evidence, clues, or survivors if you force it.
Right.
Now, so if you have tech, you could hack it.
I do have tech.
Okay.
I do have tech. So yeah, if you can give me a tech check, I will at least try and be.
It's an Imperial ship that has been modified, so it's a 3 for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make that.
All right, so that'll take you some time to work through the override as you're doing the Fallout hacking mini game of guessing passwords. And backing out after you've guessed 3 times. You don't want to get locked out.
Say yes.
Yeah.
Lario.
Yeah, basically. Meanwhile,
These old poems.
Elephyon, you fly over to cargo hold side. They're on opposite sides, by the way. The airlock is on port. The cargo hold door is on starboard, left and right.
Okay.
Cargo hold is obviously closed. Now, your knowledge of this means there's no airlock in it. So if you open it up, it's going to be open up and it'll destroy the atmosphere in that room.
Vacuum, yeah.
But that room should be sealed up. So it would not compromise the rest of the ship. It would just compromise that. So,
but are we going to have to deal with the fact that if we opened up that a pressurized area, we might have cargo flung at us and we have to dodge it?
It should be sealed up. I mean, standard protocol for a raider like you would know that standard Imperial protocol is to secure all such cargo, and it should be lashed down.
Should.
So that's the kind of gamble you have to take. You can, do you think that there would be unsecured cargo in there? If so, if you could also maneuver the ship so it's out of the way, but then. Above or below the opening, so it's not going to get, you're not going to hit with that shotgun blast of cargo. So yeah, I mean, how do you want to handle this? The same kind of door, same kind of thing. So you would have to make a tech check at the access panel to open it up, or you could breach it because it's cargo hold. If you if you compromise the cargo hold, then you can't open the interior doors without compromising a lot more of the ship.
Well, since I don't have tech on my character sheet, but since this is basically docking in one way or the other, could I substitute that with piloting? Since
no,
that would be a standard procedure.
I have tech.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's on
I
lockdown.
can
It's
attempt
password
to
protected,
check it.
essentially. Yeah, so Sister Heliene could do it, but you would have to be at the panel, actually. So, no, you can take your time and you don't have to make a roll and just gently deposit Sister Heliene next, so she doesn't have to jump 50 meters. She doesn't have to show off. Or she could and try and get that glory point.
I mean,
yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
If I can certainly to try. It's athletics, right? To jump.
Yep.
Yeah, I might only have 10.
Okay. Yeah, only 10 dice.
Only 10 dice. So.
All right. Yeah, I think that succeeds.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of successes. So
I'd say she's got some shifts there, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ross. What was the target number?
It was also 4. It was slightly difficult. It was,
so she's got one shift. She's got one icon.
Okay. With one shift, let's see here. You actually get a view into the room. There's a window, and you actually get a view of what's inside the cargo hold. And inside the cargo hold, there is a giant, freaky fucking metal pillar and you see a twisted face with too many eyes in it. And there's...
It's just a metal pillar.
It's some sort of statue, but something moved in there too. Like, it's lighting up, like, there's weird blue lightning streaks. I mean, you are hitting as the energy is peaking, so, that seems to be the center. It's in the cargo hold, and it's weird shit's going on in there, but, so you're at the tech access panel, which is to the side of the cargo hold. Now, you could crawl over to the window and look in, but then you obviously can't hack the door open. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to relay what I have seen to my quote unquote friends.
Okay.
And
stand by.
Ask Cass if he wants me to go ahead and breach or like what, dude.
Okay. Castiel, you've gotten inside the airlock. You close the outer door, and now it's cycling the inner door open. So you're stepping in as you're getting this information.
Stand by. Can I give an awareness check just to make sure it's all good in the hood before I talk with her?
Sure.
Oh, fuck me. Well,
it's still 4 success.
What do you got? It doesn't. The one at the beginning. It doesn't matter if you succeed the roll. The one always gets you.
Sorry.
Remember?
I forgot about the.
I
forgot which one was Wrath.
Okay. I got the first. First of the night. What do you want?
All right. So as you're stepping in, you're looking around. You can see to your left is the bridge. And then and life support would be up to your left. To the right would go into the main part of the ship where the cargo hold is and where the engines and shit like that are. But as you're looking around, you don't really notice the inner door opens up again. And you're like, what the fuck? As you look at the inner door opening up, you don't see the thing on the ceiling that slams into you and takes you off balance. And the inner door starts shutting again. So it's
so I'm back out in the airlock?
You're in the mid. You're in the air. Yeah, you're in the air. The outer door has not opened yet, but the inner door is closing. And you can't see what it is. It hasn't breached the armor. You haven't taken any damage. It was just strong enough to knock you on your side or push you into it. And there's not even enough space for you to, even if you were knocked over, you couldn't be knocked over. It's just too cramped for you to fall over. So, it is wrapped itself around you and the inner door is closing. So, what are you going to do?
Hostiles have been detected.
Yeah.
Continue on mission. I will disengage and join you shortly.
Okay. So what are you going to do, Sister Heliene?
I'm gonna continue on mission and open up the door.
Okay, give me a tech check.
Or try to, anyway.
Yeah. That would be tech.
Is
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So you're working on the door. Elephyon and Rotzod, you're there in the shuttle, listening to all this happening. Rotzod, you can definitely feel a bad vibe coming from the hold. You can pinpoint it now. Both of you can see streaks of blue light coming from the windows of the cargo hold door.
I'm getting kind of excited. Like, come on, let's get in there.
Heliene, you may want to jump back the minute you. It's like when you do it. Somebody has a flashlight in there at least, so that could be a problem.
I mean, I told you guys what was going on, lightning and shit. So, like, I don't know. Find some rubber, I guess.
Okay, so Castiel, how are you going to react to this thing on you?
So would I be hindered or restrained by this, Ross?
You're definitely going to, because of the awkward, any physical checks are going to be made at -2, just because you can't, like, get your full leverage because it's a cramped quarters. So
right.
And you cannot draw you cannot draw a two-handed weapon. Like, if you had a one-handed weapon, you could use that.
Yeah, all my weapons are one-handed, but yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I'm kind of in a bind right now.
Mm-hmm. But it does not seem to be strong enough to hurt you, or at least it's trying to grapple you.
Right. So, can I see if this whole thing is, like, get a good look at the whole thing, or am I literally locked in some type of appendage or tail? Can I at least tell that right now?
It seems to be the whole thing. Your focus, if you want to spend your action to look at it, you don't have to roll. You can just study it, but the door will fully close. The inner door will fully close.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot about the door.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely gonna stuff a big ass fist, in between the door and the hall and try and stop it.
Okay.
So strength check, I assume. Or
yeah, strength check.
Would that be a weapons check to like do it right?
Let's see. I guess weapon skill would also be used for unarmed stuff, wouldn't it? Or is that athletic?
Weapons is melee fighting, ballistic is shooting.
All right, yeah, weapons. And this will be opposed by it.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
it's not a great roll. Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
Okay, so it's stronger than it looks. Great.
Yeah.
I think you broke the door with that.
Yeah, that is 4 sixes and a 4, so that's 9 successes.
Right. So it's got my arm kind of in a bind.
Yeah, it actually kind of seems to know some fucking jujitsu or something. It puts you in an arm lock.
Okay.
And
Joe Rogan Chaos Beast.
Yeah, basically. So it has your arm in a lock, and the inner door closes. But you can get a better look at it now. Even though you're pinned. It was human at one time, but it seems to, like, take a human and then just fill it with, like, liquid, really, and that liquid is also muscle, is the only thing you could think of. It's just a human shaped, a human, like if the human skin was a balloon and is just filled with muscly slime. Like, that's the only thing you could think of in terms of how this thing moves and reacts. And it has a spacer suit on, like the kind of cart where shreds of it, obviously, but like the sort of utilitarian overalls that you see a lot of spacers wear. So this was like probably a member of the crew at one time, but it is you can see dark energy glowing from its eyes, dark blue light. Obviously it is being powered by the warp energy.
Sure.
And yeah. So the inner door closes, the outer door opens, and with all those shifts, you two are going for a ride. It launches you out and is taking you with it into the void. So that's going to be a fear check, because this is not dying in glorious battle. This is not on the plan. Or do Space Marines even have to make that check? I would imagine.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Fearless.
All right. Well, no. Under normal circumstances, you would have to, but it's not great, but Elephyon, probably you want to make that piloting check.
Possibly. So,
but you can give me another weapon skill check to throw it off of you now, and you won't have any penalties because it doesn't have the cramped quarters to benefit from it.
Oh no!
Yeah, not D10s.
Nice, Eric.
See, I really wanted to win this, so sorry. Let me try. I don't know.
Well,
what I was
that's probably.
Life is a prison.
Yeah.
Set you free.
Yeah, with the glory.
So,
yeah.
as a Space Marine, I get to draw 2 Wrath dice and then
Okay.
pick the one I like better.
Yep.
And that's 6 successes. So
Okay. Yeah. So what are you going to do to it?
I power I snap on the power fist and basically just palming what used to be a head, and just using the energy of the fist and my own native strength to just crush it rather than hitting it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I get an additional 1d3 wounds and stagger it on top of my natural damage I do to the thing. So I don't know if you want to bother with damage or not with it. I don't know where we're going with this, but I definitely do. I definitely heard it good.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like I mean, yeah, it can't. No, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke it.
Yeah.
Well,
so Elephyon
broke a lot of things first.
With 6 successes on your piloting check, you can easily fly over and catch Castiel before he gets too far for you to detect. Sister Heliene, you see someone from the edge of your eyes as you're still hanging on the side of the ship near the panel. You've unlocked it. You can open the cargo hold at any time, but you can see like motion coming from the cargo hold door window. It almost looks like somewhat like a hand waving at you.
Okay. I have to be at the panel to actually open up the door.
I mean, you could put it on a timer if you wanted to. You don't really have like the gear to like plug in like a cable to let you do it from a distance or whatever. It's a button, but you could set, activate in 3 minutes or whatever.
I think that I'm just gonna call out to sorry, Tom, what's your character's name again? Rotzod, thank you. I'm gonna call out to Rotzod and be like, hey dude, there might be some people to fight. Not sure what's going on. You see that hand? You might want to look at the you might want to bounce on over here.
Say no more.
All right, yeah, Rotzod, you can make an athletics check and jump off the shuttle before Elephyon goes off.
Could I just levitate over?
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Give me a will plus psychic mastery.
Oh yeah.
Don't roll a 1 on your first die though.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ross. That
Pro tip.
Yeah, well,
he knows. Rod's roll.
I got the opposite of that.
Oh.
yeah, yep. That's another glory point. Let's see, add up to 2.
So that's and 6 count as 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that is 5.
Yep. That's enough to easily float over there, despite the warp storm essentially happening in the cargo hold. So you're ready. So yeah, you can pop open the cargo hold and see who gets sucked out, Heliene.
Well, I'm asking him if he sees anybody in that window now that he's over there.
Okay, yeah, you can go over and look at it.
I meant Raka.
Yeah.
Do an awareness check, Tom.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I don't see things very well.
Oh fuck!
But not just. I don't see it.
Actually, you do see something.
Something.
There's a human in there. The human seems to be asking, wounded, and like looking at you for help. Please help me. The human seems to be gesturing to you. through the window.
Like, it looks like some human who wants help.
The human wants you to come inside.
Are they breathing in space?
No,
Well,
they're
they're in-
inside the cargo hold.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like, I don't know. My fishbowl's fogging up.
Yeah, yeah. There's a human. That's what you see. You don't.
That's all I tell them. It's like, it looks like there's some human in there who needs help.
Because you failed your check, you don't realize that the human has glowing blue eyes.
I didn't say. I know. It's like there's some human that needs help in there.
Yeah. If any of the others, if you'd looked at this human, you'd realize they're a chaos possessed corpse. But again, Rotzod's gonna work. He's doing his best.
Well, if it's a human that needs help, I don't want to open up the door and jettison them into space, do I?
Oh, almost. After you say that, Rotzod, you see the human hold up a finger, and then a second later put on his helmet, and then give a big thumbs up.
Damn it!
Wait, no, he says it's okay now. His helmet's on.
All right. Okay, we're gonna open up the doors then.
Okay. So the the cargo hold opens up. There is a the air does flush out. Nothing. Some cargo flies out. Some various crates and things like that. Elephyon, by the way, you've grabbed Castiel and you're making your way back. I assume to the cargo hold.
Yeah, just taking around the bend again. So.
But both Sister Heliene and Rotzod, both of you give me an awareness check to avoid being surprised.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Oof. Mine's
Oof.
terrible.
Pretty bad.
I'm
Yep.
not aware.
Sister Heliene.
4.
Yeah, this was a 4, so Rotzod makes it, and Sister Heliene does not. So because Sister Heliene only got 2. Sister Heliene does not see, is looking at just the general scene, does not notice the hand out of the shadow come and grab her on the wrist and yank her into the cargo hold.
Oh, snap!
Yep. So Rotzod, you see a slithering corpse, liquidy slime thing. Well, like a human balloon filled with muscly slime. You sort of crawl at you, but you see it, so you can act before it can get to you. Sister Heliene is grappled and is being pulled into the cargo hold towards the statue, radiating warp energy.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Remember what we learned about melee rules. Your weird boy staff's really good.
I know that's no, that's a no-go.
Mm-hmm.
Force staff.
Okay, go ahead.
Beating this thing.
Yeah. It'd be strength plus weapon skill, I believe, or is it?
Yeah, so that's 12.
No, it's initiative plus weapon skill.
Oh, initiative plus weapon skill.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good.
Okay. Let's see.
1, 2,
Tom.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 successes. Yeah. Tom,
your damage is based off of, you need to add your strength and half your willpower to your damage number for the weird boy stuff because it's a force weapon.
Well, he has it on his thing as 4 + 1 ED. So.
Yeah, which doesn't have the rest of the stats to it. That's what we discovered is we'd been doing melee weapons wrong in our original campaign.
Okay.
I discovered in my British campaign, you're supposed to add strength to melee weapons, but then a force weapon also gets half of your willpower too. So that's additional 8 damage to it, Tom. So it's 12 + 1 ED, not 4 + 1 ED.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay, so Tom beats the defense by... well, actually, I shouldn't roll. His defense is a static number, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, you subtract it from his damage number. Okay. He needs to roll his ED, though.
Okay, so roll one more die. So you get 5 successes. So you got 8, and their defense is 3, so that's 5 additional successes. So...
it's only 6s that matter, though.
Well,
And that's a 6.
So that'll be an additional 2 points of damage to it. So that'll bring it up to 14.
14 + 5, so 19 damage.
Well, no, not +5. only additional 6s become extra dice. So
okay.
It was a 3 he needed to hit.
Yeah. So you can get one extra.
So you got 2 more dice. You got 2 more dice, Tom, for ED. So roll 2 more D6s.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
Yeah. So you would have had 3 total there.
Okay.
The 1 it natively gets plus the 2 from your roll because it was a good roll.
All right, and one and a 5.
1 more point. Yeah, 1 more point. So 13 damage, I think.
13 damage. Yeah, that.
No, 15 because 12 plus 3. Yeah, 15.
Yeah,
fucking
15,
hell.
yeah.
You cannot soak enough, even if you rolled a perfect soak roll to deal with that. These are pretty squishy threats, literally. So, Rotzod, you can describe how you destroy the meat bag dead.
Well, it's basically like just stick goes up and it comes out. It's like a human water balloon.
And
it bursts.
Yeah, it explodes. There's a liquid spray that quickly turns into ice crystals because space. And meanwhile, Heliene, you're being dragged to the nexus of warp energy.
Yeah,
but it doesn't get all the way there. It's about halfway there before you're no longer surprised. So what are you going to do? It's holding you by the wrist.
I have a flamer.
But there's no atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Then I guess
Promethium's great, but it still requires oxygen to make flame.
Oh, you can't use it in space? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, you can do a weapon skill check to pull yourself free. Jujitsu your way.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
You could also use athletics to just try and throw it, just like sheer muscle power to
use its own Krav Maga on it. So
well, kind of like just kick at a different angle. It'll still be holding on to you, but you'll be leading it, basically.
Basically saying bring it back to your friends to whoop on it, since you're not really a melee fighter.
That works. That works for me.
Okay. This will be opposed by its athletics, which is 7, as we have established.
3? They've been not getting rolls tonight. Look at those ones.
Oof. Yep.
Fucking a crit too.
No.
But I think they still beat it.
Yeah, if you get it got.
Yeah, you got 6. It got 2, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you still manage to. It's got a death grip on your wrist. Well, it can't hurt you through your armor, but it is really strong. It's just they seem to be a grappling based kind of threat. Let's see here. So Elephyon, you've gotten the shuttle outside the cargo hold, and you can see all this chaos going on. Castiel, you're holding on the shuttle from outside, I imagine.
Yep.
Elephyon, do you want to do something, or do you want to let Castiel take the first action?
Because with the piloting, so honestly, it probably would be better for him to take the first action because I could toss them out there, land the shuttle, and then come out to actually head.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, Castiel, what do you want to do?
So was Helene's success enough that I can see her yet floating out?
Yeah.
Where it drug her off? Or
yeah, she sort of leaped away from it. Leaped away from the statue. So she's
okay.
Heliene, where are you trying to head? Are you trying to get to like the edge of the cargo bay so you can hold on, or
are you just
trying
to run?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm trying to run back the way that it dragged me back to like where I left Rotz.
So basically, you dig your legs in and leap, pushing with all your strength, and you manage to get back to the cargo hold door, and you grab onto it with your other hand. So it's holding onto you with one arm, and your other arm's holding on the cargo hold door. And it's now trying to grab onto something to pull you back in, while you're trying to hold on. So does that visually make sense to you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically Captain America, hold on to the helicopter.
Yeah. And it's the helicopter. So Castiel, you see that.
Okay.
You don't have a great shot. You'd be at -4 with a ranged attack from here because it's
right. Can I try and make a precision jump and try and get up in there with her to try and
Mm-hmm.
break it loose off of her?
Yeah, you could do. You could do that.
Okay,
Athletics would get you near it. A weapon skill check would be to tackle it.
Okay.
The athletics would be -2. The tackling would be a -4 because that's obviously.
Yeah, I'll probably just do the athletics to get there.
Okay, so this is just maneuvering into place.
Yeah. See if we can kind of get a good roll just to get in position. We'll figure out in a second. No, dice spot, do not die.
No.
Do not die, dice spot.
No.
Don't die.
It is. It is a Friday night.
It just can't handle us.
Yeah. Here.
Much like
Brother.
the club.
I need to pull the card. We've been back on that space hole grind, Aaron.
Are you?
Forgot how good that game was. Yes.
Oh no.
I have a dice roller that I'm looking at. So let's see.
right.
I have your first die is a 2, and then you
Okay.
hit, so nothing there. So 2 6s, a 4, another 4. So 2, 4, 5, 6 successes. Wait, that was -2 dice though. So wouldn't that be 11 dice?
Oh yeah, it'd be 11 then. Yeah.
Okay, let me
Sorry, I didn't know you were taking away dice. I thought you were just adding to the difficulty number.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter.
There it is.
Okay,
it came through.
All right.
Huzzah!
Looks like you succeed either way.
I roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you managed to land in a position. Rotzod,
Okay.
you're in the cargo hold. There's still air. The air is still pulling out, so there's still a bit of push trying to pull you out of thing. But you're holding on for now. You can see what's going on. Sister Heliene is across on the other side of the hold from you, so you could make an athletics check. You could make it. If you succeed with 5 successes, you could then make a melee attack against it. But if you fail, you'll be pulled out of the ship as you're basically running across the thing. Otherwise, you could go further into the cargo hold without check. See if there's any other threats. What do you want to do?
Save the sister, or potentially get thrown out. Sounds fun.
Okay.
Let's do this shit.
All right.
That's 10.
So yeah, you get your full athletics, but you do need 5 successes.
Well, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
And see how long it takes to register.
No. Yeah, we can.
So,
there we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Came right up through. Hey, crit
1,
too.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very good. So, yeah, you managed to get there. You can make a melee attack.
Hell yeah.
And so you need at least 3 successes to hit the thing.
Right. Okay. Jesus. So that's
your wrath card, Tom.
Yeah, that's 10, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know how this actually makes sense in context, but fuck it. I guess Orc is doing weird boy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Your wrath card is Crimson Ash. Your attack sears into the foe, fusing flesh into a charred ruin. The assault wreathes the target in burning fury, making a smoldering mess of sinew and bone. Target suffers 1d3 plus 1 wounds and is on fire.
I think you made a human hard-boiled egg.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that.
You're damn right I did.
Yeah. Sister, you don't take any damage, but you can feel the warmth from your suit momentarily as a microscopic star is temporarily created at the impact of the force staff against the creature of the warp. It's just poof. It is very bright and
I
very
cursed
hot.
orc technology not letting me use my flamer, and he gets to use flame.
It's like, Prepare to receive the blessing of Gork and Mork, motherfucker.
So the creature, what's left of the creature, flies out of the hold, and then, Castiel, you're in a position, you can see, you look over, the statue, again, it's this, like, think of a mass of bodies, that, like, it looks like a group of people that were all swarming together, huddled together, and then just kind of fused into a molten slag. They're all looking at you and each other, and their limbs and eyes and faces are all intertwined. It's about 3 feet wide by 5 feet high and about 2 feet thick. But there are a couple other bodies. Well, the other bodies have like tied themselves onto the floor of the cargo hold, except two more are getting up. There were 6, now there's 4. And 2 of them are propping themselves up. It looks like this thing can only animate 2 bodies at a time. Yeah, the energy is peaking. The warp energy is flowing. And yeah, it's not good. What are you gonna do? They're still inflating, as it were. They're still like these withered husks are somehow getting warp energy to turn fluid, for lack of a better term.
Orc,
Yes.
are you able to pierce the veil of the warp to understand this madness?
Well, I don't see why not. Let's have a look-see.
Then I will cover you. So yeah. How close am I to these things, Ross? Would this be kind of close range, or
You could use a ranged weapon without penalty. They're not that close.
right? Well, I'm trying to see if I get a buff actually. So yeah.
You're probably point blank range for a
Awesome.
ranged weapon.
Then I will salvo.
Okay.
So that puts me at this many dice. Motherfucker.
Oh,
Why does everything hate me today?
Oh no. All right.
So combat complication, weapon malfunction. Current weapon has a spectacular malfunction. This can result in plasma weapon getting hot, for example. Spend an action to make a tech chest, DN4 to repair. Fuck.
Yep. The bolt catches in the receiver and detonates. It's or misfires. Yep.
I still got a few rounds off though. Will that hit?
That
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 successes.
Yeah.
Gonna hit.
I would say one of them is gone. They were not bunched up. They were sort of scattered, or 6 in a circle around the thing. So they're like,
cursed, foul, sentient apes.
At this point,
disgusting heretical hair fouling the energies of my machine spirit. Bolter, I must you wake, Muntad. So yeah, I'm back over there praying over my gun.
All right.
Make it wake up.
Yep. Don't have to worry about the other one.
It'll be fine.
Elephyon, by the way,
I throw a piece of steel at the Aldarian without breaking a breath of prayer.
just flies off into the void. By the way, Elephyon, you've parked the shuttle in stable orbit. So, do you want to get in the cargo hold and get in the section, or are you just content to watch the 3 monkeys fight the chaos creatures?
Yeah, I'm bored. Let's go.
Okay. Are you going to also do a heroic leap from the ship to the thing, or are you going?
Oh yeah, because just with how many of them are like I said, it's just the creatures are surrounding the statue, right?
Yeah, it seems it can only animate 2 corpses at a time. The first 2 have been destroyed, so and it's resurrecting the next 2, and Castiel popped 1 before his bolter malfunctioned.
Okay.
Is it a full bolter or is it a bolt pistol?
It is a storm bolter.
Sorry, we got a badass over here.
Well, that's why I got 14 dice out of that roll.
All right, fair.
And you
So
said
let
the
the thing rip.
Yeah.
and against these artifacts too, it's the melee attacks that damage it the most, right?
Well, they seem to be, fighting meat balloons. You haven't seen this up close. You don't really know. But yeah, if you want to jump in, you need to make an athletics check to successfully.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, no, I will absolutely do that too with as much of a flourish as I have.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Jason, just remind me too, when we did this, did they actually correct that athletics was linked to agility and not strength?
Nope, strength.
That still seems so bizarre to me, but okay.
And yet it is what it is. Mostly because strength buffs off of powered armor, and so it keeps it simpler for like Space Marines and other people wearing powered armor to get their buffs from their power armor.
I could see that. So
that's ostensibly where it's all coming from. So
okay. All right. Let's see. 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. That's enough to get there, so you land. And you'll be able to act next turn. So, Heliene, what do you want to do?
Well, I don't have a storm bolter, but I do have a bolt gun, which is got rapid fire, which means I get 2 extra dice if in close range.
Mm-hmm.
So I would also like to pop a meat bag, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead.
I keep wanting to pick up my actual dice, and
we will again.
I to be honest, I kind of do like dice. The drama of Dicebot is pretty engaging because man, it can just everyone seeing. Oh no!
Episode 12 of the Cooper County Wars.
Oh man! Just you got to point yeah. Anyways,
so what's
sorry.
up there?
I'm just checking. I've got a bolt gun that I get 2 ED if in close range. That's 2 extra to my ballistic skill, right?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's not ED. That's to the roll. So yeah, it'll be
Okay.
your ballistic skill plus the 2, and then if you want to salvo, that adds more. But like, yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Another point of glory. Nice.
Woo! No, that's a wrath. We don't get glory for that. That's a wrath. That's a wrath
it's
card.
during battle, so it's a wrath.
That's during
isn't
battle.
it?
Okay, sorry.
Yep, you get a wrath card. Brutal rupture, mangling flesh and crushing bone. This attack showers the ground with blood. Ruptured organs.
Appropriate.
Gasp in wretched pain, weakened by the blow. Target suffers plus 1d3 wounds and is hindered.
I'm giving a golf clap to that.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Jesus, that's a lot of.
And that's a max roll there, so it's additional 3 wounds on top of whatever damage the round actually does there, dear.
Yeah, what does a bolt gun do?
10 plus 1 ED, but
okay.
What's the hit number, Ross? What's its defense for her to hit?
Defense is 3.
She's got 3 6s to shift, so that'll be 4 ED, Renee. 10 plus 4 ED.
Okay, so roll
4 D6s, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4 D6s. So that'll be additional 5, so that's 15 on the damage.
All right, it cannot soak that enough to not die.
And then 3 wounds it took because she critted. So yeah, that'll be a lot.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot.
So I did indeed pop the
meat balloon
of a human.
Yep. Well, a former human. I mean, it is a chaos
human-like thing.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
I told you I hate
the art on I don't think I've ever seen this card before. The art on it is baller. It's a Space Wolf Terminator with lightning claws attacking a Tyrannid.
All right. So Repsod, you can give me another psychic test to trying to figure out what the fuck is the deal with this evil artifact, chaos artifact.
Yeah, let's look at this thing appropriately now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, Tom.
All right,
Continuing your streak of letting your psychic abilities rip.
All right, so this is you get a vision of the people here the talking about this thing. This is something they found on the planet below you. Something they found in the necropolis, which you know to be a city somewhere down there. And in that city, there is a gate. And in that gate is a gate to the chaos. Something looks back at you. But yeah.
Shit, Tom.
You see a pair of humanoid eyes. And in looking back at you, and yeah, there's a physical gate. But the gate itself is, yes, you got to disable that gate. You realize you cannot destroy it. If you destroy it, then without powering it down, that'd be really bad. But if you power it down first, then you could destroy it. But you don't know what powers it yet. Yeah.
Like, try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light. Bad?
Yeah, something like that, actually.
Oh, well, if it's just that.
Yeah. With this, though, the energy cycle hits the peak and immediately powers down. The corpses the remaining 2 corpses that were beginning to inflate stop and fall. They don't fall because you're now in vacuum.
They kind of splat, right?
Yeah, they kind of float. And all you cease the feeling. You're in the Alexis now, and you have control over it. You can easily demolish this chaotic artifact. You could either kick it out or melt it down with melt-a-bombs or something, or
I have spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
Choice.
But you have to find a necropolis somewhere on the planet.
We didn't need this air in this ship. It can all combust. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really.
It's just his choices of psychic powers. It's like, I want to see the future and be able to see through walls miles away from me, and to be able to hear the weird things talking to me. But also, I want that to just turn into flame.
It's like you should be on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's on top of your smite, which you just natively get.
Oh yeah, I do, don't I?
Yeah,
you do. Smite the shit out of you. You have access to the Alexis now. We don't have to go through it room by room. I can, if you want to search the ship, I can just kind of give you the highlights.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
because
let's do that.
I don't want to do like, oh, you go in this room. Here's what's in this room. Okay, in this room. So, that would take a while. Yeah, it has, a bridge, a science lab, crew quarters galley, quarters for the archaeologist captain, med bay, cargo hold, you're in, engines. And it does look like the crew turned on each other. There are, blood spatters and other corpses. There are signs of some people killed themselves. Some of them were killed by other, blunt instrument, blunt force. There are some documents from the archaeologist, which you can read through. Anybody with scholarship.
Normally that's a bad idea in an RPPR game. This is Warhammer. It's a really bad idea to read.
It's not a bound book.
Yep.
Aaron, every motherfucking thing in this universe just leads to chaos. Like, you don't read shit. That's why everyone's stupid in this game.
Like,
agree to disagree. I the library.
Yeah, that's why you spent a few years running around in a friggin' smock with a massive chainsaw.
And that's why I have purity of faith now.
The stale Twinkie leads to chaos.
There is a servo skull dormant.
Is it powered? Can we power it?
You can power it.
I'll poke it.
Well, does that mean you're turning it on? And
yes,
then okay.
Yes, it means I want to turn it on.
Who wakes me? Oh, it's you.
Greetings. I am Servo X-155.
Servitor state
Has
the
anybody
purpose
ever
of your
told you
vessel.
you sound like an ape?
The Alexis is a archaeological research vessel. We have from the Argus system. I'm not going to make it. I don't.
No, it's fine. Yeah. You're fine. I was trying to think of what next question I wanted to ask. This stupid thing. State final mission briefing.
Final mission briefing. We have been pulled out of the warp into an unknown system. with a tide-locked moon and a planet. We have codenamed Crucible, because this is a crucible for our crew. Data from archaeologist Sankar. We have surveyed it for quite some time. We have also detected a colony on the tide-locked moon. However, our scanners have detected orbital weapons, and they have not responded to radio hails. We do not want to risk our vessel to approach the moon. We have detected a city. We are sending a crew down to. We are going to enter the land near the city and perform an archaeological dig to see if we can understand more about where we are and how we can re-enable our warp system.
Date of final log.
Missing. Deleted.
So they could have been down there for a month or for years at this point.
No, they're here. Like, you've just killed some. Well, you destroyed their bodies. Like,
Aaron, I was trying to figure out if this fucking thing came from like 5,000 years ago or if it was a recent.
Oh, the date. Date is actually.
No, I was on the same line of your thinking too, so that's why I was making that comment.
It's actually current. Looks like they got here 2 months ago.
All right.
Okay.
They were actually they were on their way to perform another mission when they got pulled into this.
Okay.
Actually, Elephyon does sigh and go, I'm never going to find a time-traveling ship.
Elephyon, you could loot. There's some stuff to loot if you want to take some, like, the possessions of the dead crew.
He has no
no
shame about that.
Shame. No
Absolutely.
I'm poking through that mainly just because these are it's a little chaosy for my taste. Just slightly chaosy.
Since when?
I don't think you believe in chaos.
You were scooping up Slaneshi bullshit like it was candy.
Was I though?
I mean, you were hiding it in your little vault you thought nobody knew you had in the back of the ship.
That's true though. So okay, but no, I will actually look through their articles, and yes, absolutely, just to see if I can get any more information off of them, and also yes, anybody's like, oh, watch, oh, Jewel, oh, Will, cool. So
yeah, there's a lavish chess set, gorgeous custom Emperor's Tarot deck, bone dice. There's a music player. There's also some, waterproof ponchos, some rations.
Don't you dare turn it on. Don't you dare turn that on,
yeah. It's just playing Slayer. What's the big deal?
Do you want to play it?
Because it's going to be heresy, that's why.
Everything is heresy to you people.
Don't look at me. I think it's
ridiculous. Everything is heresy.
Can I do an investigation roll to see if I can actually pull up anything significant that would give us more evidence? Or
from where?
From the corpses that I'm looting.
That would be Medica to examine their bodies.
Oh well, it's not examining the bodies, just to seeing if they're carrying anything that would give us more information.
That's a good shout, though. Nay, do you have Medicaid?
I can do, yes, I do, and I can do that.
Have Heliene do that. Yeah. Heliene should definitely do that. We should try and suss out which ruinous power we're fucking dealing with here.
What happened to them? So
okay,
that's pretty good. That's a lot of force.
All right,
of course.
All right. Yeah, it does look like a mixture of these deaths seem to predate. Like nobody's killed by one of these creatures, possessed corpses that you've had to fight. That seems to have happened afterwards. It seems like everybody was killed with entirely mundane means. Some auto pistols, some knives, someone's head was bashed up against the wall, a couple suicides. Looks like you also do find notes that party. You do find some notes in the med bay that indicate people were having nightmares, and they entirely depleted the med bay's complement of sedatives, sleep aids, and psychiatric meds, which didn't only delayed the inevitable. It looks like.
Oh, goody.
Yep. Well, I mean, apparently it all started after they pulled the artifact on board. It looks like if you want to roll investigation, you can, Elephyon.
Okay.
Well,
Like 7. Yep.
That's a complication.
What
What did you do, Aaron?
What didn't I do?
It's
Fool
the
of a
fake up
fuck.
marshmallow man.
Yeah. Let's see here. You activate the engines by mistake. The ship starts.
For fuck's sake.
What's doing at the cargo hold?
Well, I mean, you're investigating the entire ship, not just the cargo hold.
Okay.
Like
So.
you've secured the ship. We're not going to do this into a open every room.
No worries.
So it looks like all the trouble started where things weren't great before they took the artifact on board. But after they did, that's when things got really bad. This artifact is obviously causes nightmares if you sleep near it, and does all kinds of freaky shit. So the ship is drifting towards the moon at this point, and away from the shuttle. So you're all going to have to make athletic checks to get back to the shuttle, or at least one of you will, and pilot to grab the others. But unless somebody can make a pilot check to turn the engines off.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to push that. So I got. See, they have everything's backed up basically due to the Will Smith turning of the posted note.
Okay. So to pilot a Terran ship, a human ship, you'll need 6 successes, Elephyon.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Apparently.
Except when it's not.
Whoopsie daisy.
Okay. No. It needs to go in the diamond shape like this.
All right. This is pretty good. I like this.
Oh, fuck.
You hit the turbo. You hit the afterburners. Sorry. And you start. You're out on collision course with the moon. I
start laughing maniacally at this.
You do get the sensors on board, and it says, "Warning, surface weapon powering up, unknown type."
Eldari, I understand that your humor lies far beyond our comprehension, but this seems to be going just a bit too far, even for you.
No, you have to. You misunderstand humor for me fucking up because I don't understand that's like your inverted control system.
Yeah, okay.
Our lives are in danger.
Yeah.
So, all right. So one more time, I guess, to try this, or
Yeah.
to all
Yeah.
right.
Lord, protect this rocket house and all who dwell within the rocket house.
I mean, yeah. At this point, this is going to be an opposed check.
I'm really sorry if I kill us all.
No, you're not going to kill you. It's going to be really funny.
I just think we're going to end up on the planet with no ride out.
All right.
Well, never mind.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wait, I'm going to spend a point of ruin to reroll that.
Bullshit.
Oh.
Well, I didn't crit fail. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still. Oh no. Okay, so all right. So this this is deceleration. This is giving us a little more attitude control, and that serves a cappuccino.
Okay.
That should be on my ship.
The ship.
Cappuccino is heresy.
You managed to
Disagree.
pull the ship out from crashing into the moon. You also avoid an orbital weapon you've never It's what the fuck? They launched a harpoon at you. A giant fucking harpoon.
Space harpoon?
Yeah, an orbital, like a surface to space harpoon. They were gonna reel you in. But
It appears they made a tactical error in desiring to pull us into close quarters combat.
Well, they missed. Unfortunately, though, the ship is still very low. Well, it's not. You're kind of. It misses. So you can make one more check to get back to the shuttle, and which will then let you get to the anvil. The anvil's way the fuck away from you now. If you want to get back to the shuttle, you're closer to the moon now. You could do scans of the moon, with a tech check, or the sister Heliene could, because there are other control stations on the deck on the bridge. You are picking up radio signals at this point.
Okay.
So, can you tell us about why there's whalers on that moon?
Sure, this is fascinating.
You want me to ask?
So
you want me to ask?
you said.
Yeah, Rotzod, you could try to psychic some information.
Hey, it's what you bring me along for, and you keep me in teeth.
Ross, what is Renee rolling? You
want
to check from
Ross?
Peril of the Warp.
Oh no.
A touch of hoar frost. The temperature instantly drops 20 degrees, and all surfaces within 25 meters of the Psyche become coated with a thin rime of frost. The temperature gradually returns to normal over the next 10 minutes, but for the next minute, any action attempted that interacts with the slippery surface has its difficulty number increased by 2. Well, good luck, Renee.
Yep.
And Aaron, I guess, because you're flying this shit.
Buttons are now cold, damn it. I don't know how difficult it was. But
it would be a 5 because of Perils of the Warp.
I was going to say, I don't think 3's going to
guessing the cold button screwed me.
Rip my hands off.
So can tell that the orb. I will say this for free: the harpoon is being pulled back, and they are going to get another shot before you can do another scan. You can't get the radio transmissions for free. If you want to listen to them, though, obviously you're recording them as you do this. So do you want to get back to the shuttle, or do you want to you could of course land the Alexis onto the surface. It is a ship that can go down to that. It is kind of low on fuel though, but you can also contact the Anvil at this point again, it's a little complicated.
Was Tom's roll good enough to get anything though from the war?
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of sixes.
I got 10.
You get you see in the past that they this harpoon has been used many times to pull in derelict ships as basically a way to there's a colony of scavengers on there, other people who have been stranded. That's the impression you can get. That's about all you can get from this distance though.
I look over at Castiel don't worry, there's people you can kill down there.
So, Elephyon, you can, if you want to wait for the controls to warm up, you will,
they're going to get another shot at us.
Yeah, they'll get a shot on you before, you can before you can get out, or you can take additional penalties. So you'll need, I believe 8 successes to get out now.
Oh God! You know what?
Godspeed, Aaron.
We've got some glory dice. Do you want to add some glory to?
Yeah, I'm rolling 10. How many glory do we have? Just 2 or 3?
3.
Would you mind if I take 2 for this?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Might be a good idea.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Look. 8 successes. You're still behind the 8 ball on this.
You know what? Life is nothing but risk, and it's fun.
I'm not talking shit. I'm just pointing it out.
Oh, I know. I know you're not. So, 12d6. Oh my God! So
good try.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep. You managed to limp the ship limps out of range of the harpoon.
So as they do that, I look at the controls. I say for half a second, these damn things. Oh, wait a minute! I rev the chainsaw up, let it heat up just a little bit, and use it to hover it over so it melts the ice as I'm putting in my command.
Sure, we'll go with that.
1,001 uses.
So, you managed to get back to the shuttle. You can all transfer back to the shuttle for free. But yeah, it seems this the anvil tells you that how are you going to destroy the statue?
I could light it on fire. I've been saying this.
Okay. All right. Well, then give me another warp check, a psychic check to use the power of the mind.
Tom, are you letting rip this time though?
Actually, I'll stop. Look at the ice. Does anybody have a less warpy way to do this?
Can we just hit it with melee weapons? Is that because it was weak against that?
I think that sounds like a really bad idea.
Why don't we just, space it?
We can light it on fire without having to use immaterial powers, though.
I have a can of antimatter in the shuttle. We're good.
Well, what?
Can I flame it?
Yeah. I mean, now that we're inside, we could pressurize it. Like, we were fighting in zero atmosphere, though, so your flamethrower wouldn't have worked then, but we could pressurize it now and you could torch it with your flamer.
I mean, might as well.
I don't know how good of an idea any of this is, but like that makes more sense than risking another peril.
Okay. Actually, I mean, somebody with tech or is there a demolition skill?
Nope.
Okay. Tech, you could rig up siphon some fuel off some promethium, and just set up a bomb, basically, and blow the shit out of it.
I got that. I got tech.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have more than 8?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, you can give me a tech check, and you can set up a time bomb, and then just kick it out, and then it just blows up.
You got the slash in the wrong place, dude.
Go. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
It's okay.
And then I forgot the space.
We've been playing with David a lot lately on here. No worries. He makes it do some really, really weird stuff.
Yes.
What was that, 7?
Yeah, that's more than enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, easily. So yeah, it's gone. But you do get a hear back from the anvil. The anvil says that they still cannot warp out. That was not the source of the thing paralyzing and keeping you trapped here. So
I mean, we kind of knew that.
okay.
What other ships are around, Ross?
There are dozens of ships, if not hundreds, but they are broken up. None of them have power. None of them have warp energies that the anvil can
Right,
detect.
but you said we might be able to go loot some of them.
Sure.
Maybe find some goodies. So
yeah.
That's more kind of where I was leaning with that. Is if there are any potential ways we might get some kit.
Yeah, you could get more kit. Like, what kind of equipment are you looking for?
Honestly, a cyclone missile launcher to strap onto my back.
Okay.
To be 100% honest with you, yeah. I really don't want to go land on a chaos-infused planet right now with just a couple bolters and a couple of swords.
That's fair. Give me an awareness check. You can all give me awareness checks, and you can find a ship that would likely have it.
All right.
Yeah, let's all look for things.
Motherfucker!
Oh, you found
I'm
it.
spinning a wrath point. No. I'm spinning a wrath point.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay.
Don't give that to us, Ross, Mr. One. I've been ruined.
I spent one ruin to avoid a crit failure. It's fine.
On your side, yeah.
I got a glory.
Okay. Yep, I noted it. So you do find a dropship, an Imperial Guard dropship with it would have that kind of kit. It would have cyclone missile launchers.
Nice.
So it looks to be mostly intact. It does not have power though. There is a lot of
idea. I'll go first.
Well, there's a lot of debris around it, so Elephon's definitely going to have to make a piloting check to not damage the shuttle to get close enough to affect a jump.
Okay. 4, 5. 5.
6.
Oh, 6.
4s are good too.
3, 4.
Okay.
Oh yeah, right. So,
all right. With 6 successes, you're able to do so. You'll take either another piloting check to get the shuttle to side by side, or you could do athletics to jump in onto the ship. And it has been hauled.
I'm willing to take this one all on me since it was my dumb idea.
Okay.
It's up to you. Your call, Air. It's your baby. We're zipping around in. But
true. It's not the full hard log too. It's just the shuttle. So I'm a little less.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, the shuttle's your only lifeline. Like if your shuttle gets fucked, you're all going to be in a real bad spot because the Anvil is a big ass ship and it is not in a position to get close into that field of like debris. So, yeah, give me athletics check. You need if you get at least 3, you'll land on it. If you get at least 5, you won't have to worry about getting hit with something when you land.
Possibly go wrong.
Look at all of those.
Oh no!
Let's see.
At least 4.
Yep.
Still in glory.
4.
I'm gonna still glory. Cool. All right, I make it unmolested. Yes.
Okay.
It's like your magnetic boots go off slightly. Like, oh no. Okay.
Yeah, a piece of basically a piece of metal just flies by your head, moving at relativistic speeds. I mean, it would have been bad. You land on it, and you're surprised to see a somewhat active servitor there, saying, "Armory, servitor, active. State.
Report inventory.
Password."
Mm-hmm.
Emperor's ballsack.
Please note, if you destroy me, I will. I'm synced with demolition charges that will destroy my inventory.
I'm gonna roll scholar.
Okay.
3 successes.
What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to think of like Astartes like override codes to whenever. Because obviously a Space Marine company coming in, to work alongside Imperial Guard, we kind of would take over. So
this one you can. It seems like it has enough intelligence. You can just talk to it. If you can persuade it, it'll probably.
Oh God.
Jeez.
Amazing. No, you guys don't even understand. Part of my Dark Angels, my penalty to go with my buff is +2 difficulty to interaction does. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to weasel my way through this one.
Yes. Hello.
Servitor,
yes.
do you understand that you have been sucked into a warp temporal vacuum outside of a planet that is currently exuding control that will, in fact, continue to kill more and more of your fellow Imperial citizens?
It is good to know that I have confirmation of this. That was my theory.
Yes. The source needs to be destroyed. I am a member of the Dark Angels chapter. You understand, Astartes, yes?
You are a Dark Angel. That is why...
Yes.
I just need to be sure that that's your mission here. You're not just chasing after some secret objective you won't tell anybody about, right?
Pause for dramatic effect. I swear to you, on the honor of my chapter, I am here on behalf of the Imperium to save Imperial lives.
All right.
Is there a market in Eldar with you?
Do you have persuade?
No, but I got deception.
All right.
Because I'm a Dark Angel and I'm a lying bastard.
Yep, you are.
Nothing else. Woo!
Nice.
That's 6. Will that be enough to make up for my difficulty?
It will be, yeah. Well,
You trust this mask, right?
as far as I can tell, you're not chaos. Logic circuits would dictate that yes, your mission would be to the benefit of the Imperium. Having having failed all other objectives, but still continuing to exist, I believe it would be in It would be correct to assist you. What is your desire?
I need demolitions, explosive weapons, and preferably long-range missile artillery.
Oh, yes. I do have a cyclone missile launcher.
Wonderful.
And a case of ammo for it. I also have some melta-bombs. If you can demolition charge.
That will be excellent, Servitor. Please guide me through your storehouse.
Follow the lighted path. I still have enough energy to light you a path. Watch the places that the servitor skulls have painted with an X. Those are load bearing. Be very careful as you cross those. This structure is more fragile than you would believe. I believe within a matter of months, this will collapse and it will be obliterated from random debris striking it. There were many explosions when it was hulled, and it was unpleasant. Well, I believe most of the crew died instantaneously. There was some screaming though, but then we lost oxygen, so I couldn't hear any longer.
Fuck's sake.
Yes.
I start to head down the lit path, that I stop and turn. Servitor.
Yes.
Are you cognizant of what your existence actually is?
Strangely, no. I seem to be malfunctioning to have this level of intelligence. At least that's what I believe. But
Do you remember?
I remember my mission. I remember being on the ship. But since, my legs are damaged, and even if I could move, I have nowhere to go to. As far as I can tell, from what the servo skulls have reported to me. So, it's odd. It's odd.
Existence is pain, and life is a prison, Servitor.
Oh, well,
Do you wish it to end?
No.
Or do you seek to continue to be useful?
Oh, well, that is something I would like.
All right, I'm going to scoop the fucking thing up and take it with me.
Oh, okay. Yes, here we go.
So, all right. So I guess I got a cyclone missile launcher, and everybody gets melta bombs.
Yep.
Yay!
Okay. Big fuck off explosive charges. So yeah, and there is a damaged servitor who seems to be more intelligent than a servitor should be. Yeah.
Not suspicious at all.
Yep. So yeah, you have gotten some loot. You don't have to roll to get back. You figured out how to get there, how to time your jumps to avoid debris. So, yep. So what do you want to do now? So you could try and just go directly to the planet, and scan it directly. But if there's any orbital defenses or anything like that, you would be quite vulnerable.
It's fine.
Or
you got your baby. You can do that pilot shit, right, Aaron?
As far as you know.
Or you could go to the moon and try and get information from the colonists. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. You did get radio transmissions. Let me read those radio transmissions to you.
Okay, cool.
You only got they're too far out to hear. They're too weak to hear from the debris field. But when you got to the moon, you could pick them up. So, there's two of them. This is the first one. This is Lance Corporal Victoria Bradley. Allow me to repeat: Queen Omni Supreme 490. No one's going to hear this, so I'd like to make a confession. After the things we did in that forest, this almost seems nice, relaxing. No screams, no disputes, just rocks and fishing with all the water. Captain's convinced there's a big payday here. Some bomb? Maybe some artifacts to loot and get rich off some antiques dealer. Probably all be junk, though. That seems to be about our luck. At least this place is too empty for us to have any hostiles. Captain can't see the wasteland for the total emptiness, so, still we got our guard up. At least the weather's nice. Oh, what's that thing Captain was saying? The more hardship, the better. Ugh. And this hardship better pay off, because I didn't sign on for being stranded in the middle of nowhere. Ugh. Then it bursts into static. Then the second broadcast. This is Lance.
Sounds like a relative of yours, sister.
Lance Corporal Victoria Bradley, Fire Team Archipelago. Desperado, July. There's static. Empty building apparently has 3 fire teams down. You expect me to believe this? This stupid prank merits. Well, if this is time, there's a gunshot. A gunshot and the sound of weapons being racked. I have no choice. Maybe I'll finally understand how there's freedom living as if one's already died. This Lance Corporal Victoria Bradley, it's been a pleasure to serve. And static. And those 2 loop. As far as you can tell.
Bill?
So, that, you can't tell if that, actually, Sister Heliene, you can give me, a tech check. Yeah.
Tech?
Mm-hmm.
Lean forward between for Castiel and say, 2 words. Weapons salvage.
6?
Okay, with 6, you believe it comes somewhere from the planet, not the moon. But you can't pinpoint the thing without surveying the planet. But again, yeah. Now the shuttle you think is small enough that the people from the surface may not be able to detect it coming, so they wouldn't be able to harpoon you. Oh, what do you guys want to do?
Okay. So...
Well, the people on the moon aren't dead.
Nope.
So that's something.
Oh, we could go make them dead.
Well, I just meant they probably might know why we can't get out. But I also think that probably means they aren't the cause of it. So do we want to find out more information, or we just want to leap in blindly?
Well, the thing is, even if you'd have to spend some time scanning the planet to find the source of the radio signal, which might make you vulnerable. If the people on the moon know where the signal's coming from, you could just fly straight there. You wouldn't be vulnerable.
If we can maybe contact them too, although that's like, could we try to raise them up on radio and see if they respond?
Yeah, you could try.
Okay. So would that actually be a persuasion too? That's like our persuasion or insight, or maybe an insight to see what kind of messages they'll respond to.
Sure.
Okay. 4 or 5.
5? Okay. So it looks like almost every ship, or as far as you can tell, every ship in orbit is human, is Terran, or they're. So you're guessing that that's a colony of stranded, humans down there. So obviously that's important. These ships look like a mixture of various functions. So obviously they're going to be very interested in being rescued, because they obviously haven't been able to figure out it themselves, or they lack or maybe they do know how to do it, they just don't have the resources to do it. But it doesn't look like it's very pleasant down there, so they probably had a pretty brutal existence. So they're not going to be very trusting of outsiders, especially newcomers. So you either have to lie and prove that you already know what's going on and you're too powerful to be messed with, or you could just play dumb and just like, oh, please. And like, they obviously welcome new people in as colony members, because otherwise, like, it's not just no one ship could have enough people you don't know how many people have survived, so it's probably people from multiple ships, so they have to welcome in newcomers in order to survive, because they need new people to work shit as other people die from, disease or whatever. It's probably, they're probably lifespan on that colony is probably not great. So there's a couple ways of doing that. I mean, this is all speculation based on the limited information you have.
Okay.
They did fire on your ship, but they may not have known that you were even in it. They might have thought it was salvage, or that engines just misfired, and they're like, "Oh, there's a live one. Let's get it. Well, there's still fuel in it. We can use to power our generators."
True. So yeah, I was just considering a derelict. So, as much as it's like,
but they aren't broadcasting a help or a distress signal, which is odd. So
I know we have the two options here. Personally, I always like the friendlier option because that's the way you can actually, it's like take them by the shoulder with one hand and reach for their wallet for the next. But there are benefits to possible use of Brothel's "Don't fuck with us" sermon.
Yeah. Another possibility is perhaps there's some sort of internal conflict in there, and if you can figure out the political landscape, you could appeal to a weaker faction to get information with the promise of, helping them overthrow the more dominant faction.
So we like to call that the fistful of dollars you gymnast.
Yep. So you could try and send out radio signals, trying to see if you can find one of these rebels.
Okay. Yeah, if nothing else, I can go ahead and do... it's like I can give that a shot and see that. Would that still be more leadership for just a communication, or probably cunning?
Cunning.
Okay. All right.
It's very much a cunning thing. This is actually kind of very much in your alley.
Yep. 3 successes. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend a wrath on that to reroll.
Okay.
Good.
That's like, so that's going to be so 5 successes.
Okay, with 5 successes, you do get a young voice on the phone, or on the radio, not the phone, Jesus. Hey, who's this? This is Dean. I'm Dean.
Hi, Dean. So, I'm not at full liberty to say what it's like, who exactly we are yet, but I can tell you right now that this might be your lucky day.
Yeah. Oh my God. You're the we our sensors picked up that there was a new ship, but we couldn't get a read on it, and then another ship kind of got in close, turned its engines on, and one of the derelicts turned its engines on and flew in and then flew out. Like, people are all asking, so you got to be the newcomers, right?
We are new to the sector, yes. So, but we're trying to take care of some situations that may have arisen.
Yeah, because you're trapped, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Just the warp's not letting us in or out, so that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah. Is that normal here?
Yes, yeah. The moon is dead, though. Long live the planet. You can help persuade people that, like, we can't live on this moon anymore. We need to move to the planet because at least it's got an atmosphere. We can breathe, and have you heard that radio transmission? There's fish there and riches, and yeah.
Yeah, no, the planet absolutely seems nice, but we are kind of concerned right now. Maybe that might be part of the problem. So here's the thing: we do have some limited maneuverability, and we're looking for a little more information to see, who could help us, who might be more have some more resources, or who we can put in a better position, so that nice little planet could be yours sometime. So,
okay, well,
a safe place where we can land and talk.
Yeah, I'll give you coordinates. Yeah, you could just help me deal with help me. I mean, you're heavily armed, right, and really badass. You could tell everybody to switch over from listening to Malta, and we can put us in charge, and we can yeah, that'd be great. Here are the coordinates. It's pretty far away from everybody. They won't see you land.
Good. Well, thank you so much. We'll be in touch here pretty soon. Also, hope you have a nice table too, because we have a couple of heavy hitters for eating. So,
for what?
So, it's like, just make some dinner plans, move the sofa, and shut off the transmission.
Okay. So you don't have to make a roll to land following Dean's coordinates. It's behind a sand dune. The moon is a rocky moon, but there are large dunes and hills every once in a while, but it's a rocky, broken landscape. From orbit, though, as you land, you do see the orbital gun placement. You can also see a salvage yard where they drop a bunch of these things, and you can tell that there's some work crews that are, cutting things up and for salvage. You're guessing the main colony is underground. You do pick up a large power signature from underground. They could probably, take ship engines and turn them into, generators essentially, for energy to keep up life support systems and shit. So, but yeah. So you land, and there is, in a tattered, well, not tattered, a vac suit. There's Dean. He looks like a young guy. He looks at you with a big smile on his face. He looks youthful and optimistic. There's just trust in his eyes as he looks at all of you and like, oh, wow, this is great. Groovy, man, far out.
Well, I'm glad you're enthusiastic, so that's usually not the first response I get here.
Like this, oh god, it's a subspecies of human called hippie.
He looks at you, Elephyon, and he's like, look, man, yeah, I don't know how you want to do that. I mean, it might be easy. There's still like hundreds of us, and there's only like 4 of you. And I mean, you're really badass, Mr. Large Man. But like, and Mr. Green Man, but, yeah, it would probably easier if you just do the ritual to let yourselves in. And then you can sneak in and you have full run of the colony. And the ritual is real easy to do. You don't have to give up anything important. It could just be like a thumb or a finger, although you get more status if you give up more.
Well, honestly, I'm.
I mean, you get it right back, kind of. You could go to the dinner and yeah.
Well, hold up. When you say you get it back, a digit back, kind of.
Well, I mean, it would be rude not to invite you to dinner.
Well, I'm more concerned about the finger situation.
Well, I mean, in the early days of the colony, we had to resort to making sacrifices so everyone could eat. And so anytime, and we just kept that up, So anytime somebody new shows up, they have to give something up, and then we put it in the stew pot, and then it's everyone, it's a bonding thing. So
okay, all right.
So if you give up an arm, people will be really impressed, or a foot. I'm
really sure that they would be impressed by that. But here's the thing: if we're going to remain as badass as we would like to be, that's going to require all our arms and legs intact. However, if you want to do that, I can offer you some general, some food that we would have brought along anyway to add to this, and I guarantee you it's going to last probably a lot longer than any of my spindly arms.
Now we have a goat farm and stuff and some gruel makers. So like, it's enough to get by. So we don't need it per se. It's just to prove that you're here to be part of the community.
Okay, then I'm more than willing to give you something that would be a good part of, that would be much more useful to you than an arm and or a leg.
Well,
so
it's not me. I'm not the leader. I'm trying to help you to overthrow. Malta's the leader, and it's really John. Man, he's really into the surgery. He loves doing. I think he's the one big reason why we keep doing it, because he just likes. He likes amputating things. He does.
Who does?
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah.
So what? So what would we need to do to get, to let John or Malta down easily from their positions?
I mean, I don't know. Like, usually when people say no, they just don't let them in the colony. And then we just watch them die and then loot their corpses on their ship. Because usually the ship wrecks here, or or like sometimes they'll say no and somebody else will sneak onto their ship while they're talking. And so they're trapped, and we just wait for them to die.
Well, we're not going to be dying at least that much, so tell you what.
No one plans to die. In this
case, if you were to bring us in, say as offerings for, the general stew melange, would you? It's like we could act on decoy and then go. It's like go to town, basically taking care if your problem is needed. We would just need you to cover for us as you were bringing us in, and not let them know that we have a lot of weapons and talents and a massive armada behind us.
Do you have a massive armada?
As far as you know.
What? But I thought we were buddies.
So, no, like again, that's for that we are. Okay. So, but this is basically for us to it's like trick them, so we can get you in a position.
I mean, if you're really badass, I could just tell you how to get to Malta, and you could just kill her. I mean, she can't even run away. She gave up both her legs. Then that's going to be the path that we want to, the path of least resistance and maximum profit. Okay. I mean, yeah, she's I mean, there's a I mean, we have to fight through the whole colony basically, because the vault's at the other end of from the other exit from the airlock. Well, there is that other airlock, but I've never gone through it, so I don't know how to get through it, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, we have we're pretty resourceful, so take us there. Well, that's like we should be able to find our way in.
I can get you close to the airlock, but yeah,
close is all we need. So
okay.
And if anybody else wants to part of the plan or pursue one, please let me know. So
yeah, well, I can tell you about the colony too. Like, you all seem very impressive. But I mean, I just want to you just to kill Malta, then I take over the colony, and then we move to the planet, and everything will be fine. Yeah.
I've never been one for politics.
Yeah, we can go to where the radio signal is, where they're fishing. Yeah.
So, well, and in this case, if you would do that, like I said, we're happy to basically give you this leg up, but we would ask that we are really allowed to go down first, unless to make sure it's safe for everybody.
Down to where? The planet?
Yes.
Oh, well. Oh, you want to know where the signal's coming from, don't you?
You caught me.
Well, I mean,
so that's absolutely. But we also want to make sure, again, the planet is, it's probably nothing, but if that signal turns out to be trouble, and there are issues, then it's never going to be safe for you, probably. So, let us help you here. We'll take care of that, and then a planet to yourself.
What are you, Mr. Big Man, in the big metal suit thing? I've never seen someone as big as you.
Have you never heard of the Emperor's Angels of Death?
I was a kid when I got here. I've been here, and they don't tell me a lot about what goes on outside here.
I see. I am Deathwing, indomitable, inevitable. I am the cataclysm, and the only hope you have being swallowed by the darkness that is the galaxy.
Boy, that's a long name. Deathwing, Inevitable, Indomitable, and I'm sorry, I forgot the rest. But Deathwing, Inevitable, Indomitable.
Just call him.
Forgot the terror that flaps in the night.
Yeah. I mean, I could maybe, if you think you could take him on. I mean, it's just a very tight colony with lots of rocks and people. If you start fighting them, they're all going to fight to this because I mean, what else? We don't have anything else other than the colony. And we do have some explosives and guns, so I don't know if you can, how bulletproof you are, but there's, you know what? We should talk to Breck. Maybe we get Brecht on our side.
So, yeah, it's like, who is Brecht?
Brecht is the leader of the shipbreakers. You probably saw the salvage yard. He doesn't see eye to eye to Malta. Malta doesn't like him because he's kind of a troublemaker, but we need the salvage from the ships because they're the only ones who, they actually occasionally get a ship running. They can get up in orbit and salvage shit. And then of course they junk ships and cut them up and get the fuel and the power and the metal and everything else we need. So he gets a lot of latitude. Yeah, but Yeah, Malta just wants to say things the same, and that's not going to work. We're eventually going to run out of goats. Yeah.
Yep. So we definitely want.
I'm tempted to whisper to Castiel, like, do you want me to just kill him with my mind?
No.
Heliene whispers back, yes.
We are dealing with an uneducated child. There's no sense in causing any more disruption than is necessary. We simply need to find a way to gain access to the planet and close the chaotic hole that swallowed us here.
Okay. Well, Dean can take you to Brex, which is a couple kilometers away. Or you could take the shuttle and fly there. But if you fly to the salvage yard, you'll definitely be spotted by Malta's people. So, yeah. What do you want to do? You do not have a remote control for the shuttle either, so you cannot walk over there. If you walk over there, you have to walk back to get it. But unless one of you stays there. Well, actually, the servitor could stay behind and pilot it for you.
That last time they did that, they like literally bumped into everything. It was the worst valet service ever.
Okay, well, I'm just giving you options.
But yeah, we could actually we could do that. So I'm thinking probably go ahead and go to Malta, see what kind of deal we can make, and then let's like see if they can run interference for us while we have fun storming.
Well, Brecht has a salvage yard. Malta leads the colony.
Yeah.
Dean tells you he's not alone. He leads a group of the youth, which is a smaller group in this colony, as you might imagine. But there is a group of rebels eager to break free of Malta's control and migrate to the planet, because at least the planet has an atmosphere and fish, and all kinds of treasure. But yeah, so Dean has given you the basic idea of it. It is, this is a pretty hellish existence. You have to give up some part of your body just to be part of it. And then it's just, hard labor and living underground. And yeah, he mentions something about having the nightmares and the sculpture garden. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. So
yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So do you want to, you could just, Malta would probably recognize a Space Marine and certainly may not want to try and push her luck, trying to ask you to cut a part off your body for the stew pot. You could try and intimidate your way in to browse around the colony. But remember your objective is to get the coordinates for the signal. Dean has them, but wants you to overthrow Malta. But you can also talk to Brecht to get more information.
Yeah, let's start there.
Okay. So do you want to take the shuttle there, or do you want to walk?
Are we willing to play it safe and just keep it to the ground?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. The servitor cannot walk, so it will stay in there, lock the doors, and radio you if something happens to the shuttle. But if something does happen to the shuttle, you're probably not going to get there before whatever happens. Well,
we'll give it standing orders to actually take off and home in our location if it needs to be.
Okay. Well,
it's a human servitor. It doesn't know how to fly your shuttle any more than you know how to fly the damn archaeological vessel.
I learned. Plus, don't we have a chip for that at least? So that seems like pretty low standards for.
No. Aldari, we need to have a talk. I don't really think your opinion can get much lower on humans, so this shouldn't really affect it too much. But 10 minutes later, after explaining servitor system, which ostensibly is a human being turned into a computer.
Yep.
Oh god, you start doing that, I'm literally like,
you sit there, you do.
Oh yeah, so Rotzod, Dean is like, so are you green? Is that rude to ask why you're green?
Why would that be rude?
I don't know. I've never seen anybody like this, like you, any of you. Like he has, his ears are weird. And she's real pretty, but she's also really scary. And she's got armor on that I've never seen before, and the big guy has armor on that I've never seen before, and you're green, but you seem more approachable than those two.
Like, I'm literally like, wow, you have been away, haven't you?
I've never. I mean, I don't have memories outside of this moon, actually.
So I'm just gonna lean in, like, yes, I'm very approachable.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can completely trust me.
Oh, that's good to hear.
It is.
Uh-huh. My name's Dean.
Like, Rotzod.
Rotzod. Okay. Wow. Yeah. What do you do on as your job? I'm guessing those two are like soldiers, and that guy and the thin guy is like a pilot.
Like, yes, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I do a number of things.
Oh. Okay.
Just consider me as never mind. You'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I've never encountered a human like this. I have no idea what to do.
Okay. Yep. So you walk across the dunes of the barren moon and eventually come to a massive salvage yard of wrecked spaceships. You can see ships that are those of you with tech skills can see ships that are centuries old to ships that are relatively new. Most of them are Imperial, but you see bits of Tau ships. You see an armor plate with the Eldar signage on it, and another one with Dark Eldar signage on it. There's some orc runes on some of these plates. Looks like although most of the ships are human, it looks like they aren't the only victims of this warp vortex. But yeah, there are some people in vac suits, welding, cutting, and organizing, salvaging shit. Dean goes over to them, and a man comes to you. He introduces himself as Breck, the head scavenger. He looks at the four of you, and he's like, an orc? An eldar? A space marine? And a sister?
Walking into bar.
Yeah, there's one right here. Let's drink. I want to drink. So you go into an airlock, into a little bar / command center that they've set up or sort of, organizing room. He pours you some bathtub gin, just dirty glasses filled with a clear liquid, that just reeks of alcohol. Dean, takes a sip and coughs for like 10 seconds. But he just tries to hold up. Oh, yeah. Sister Heliene, do you take a sip?
Heresy.
Okay.
Also gross.
All right. Elephyon, do you take a sip?
Oh no, Elephyon is shooting this completely. So
okay, yeah. How does he take it? You don't have to roll. Just like it burns.
I think the Harlequin's antiseptic is still worse.
Okay. Rotzod, what about you?
Hell yes, I do.
Okay. How does Rotzod like it?
As far as a normal orc brews go, this isn't bad.
Okay.
I'm not actually melting, so I don't know how I feel about that.
All right, Castiel, what about you?
He downs it in one go, and the Priomnor just instantly just separates it all out and just basically shoots it right back out of his system.
Yep. All right. Well, Breck says, You're really working with each other, aren't you? You're not trying to kill. Look, I don't want to look a gift servitor in the mouth, but all right, yeah, sure, okay. What do you want?
coordinates.
Oh, for the signal on the planet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tracked a ship that went down there and came back, and then we saw the life support systems go off. But it's been transmitting for a while. We're not sure how long exactly. We may have been transmitting a lot longer. We only picked up on it a couple months ago. But our system, we haven't really prioritized radio. I'll give it to you, but only if you can help repair my ship. I'm building a ship to try and get out of here. It's a long shot, but I think I can. Well, it's a sleeper ship. It's got cryopods, and the idea is we boost off, go to sleep in the cryopods, and then the ship kicks into the warp as soon as it detects it's out of the vortex.
And how do you plan to get past the orbital defense grid?
Well, no, it goes away from the planet. We're going just out into deep space just to get away from the vortex, I know the vortex is centered somewhere on that planet. I'm guessing near the signal. It has to be near the signal. We haven't detected anything else on there. But we just have to be in cryopods for like a century or more before we get them out of minimum range of the vortex, by my calculations. The ship's just missing a couple parts.
How many of you are trying to get off the planet in this ship?
It's got room for 6.
6
people.
How would you do you have any idea where you're going to go or you'll try to end up?
We can do 2 jumps. Once we jump out and we're in normal space, we can reconfigure ourselves and just go to the nearest system. We have no idea where we are. But we just got to get out of this vortex sucking us in, holding us in.
Well, I can give you maybe a better option. So
I elbow Elephyon. Eldari, they're utilizing eldar technology. You should be more than sufficient to assist them in their repairs.
Yeah, but I can at least give them an option right now where it doesn't require at least cryosleep for 100 years.
No, you cannot. We have our own missions to accomplish.
We do, but, a little bit of help and more profit, obviously.
Eldari, you are not selling Imperial citizens into slavery. I thought you were better than a Trukai.
So I'm not doing that, so I'm giving them a ride. That's all there is to it.
Eldar, what do you think's going to happen if we bring more people back onto the Jakaro ship? You recall the price we had to pay just to get onto it?
Technically, no, but that's because I ignore a lot of things. So yes, I will help them fix their ship.
Okay.
And that's my excuse for Vanessa's not coming back to the storyline for a while.
No, it's fine. All right.
I am being hyper pragmatic Dark Angel to your
you're fine.
Wishy-washy, sometimes heroic pirate. Do what you want, Aaron. I'm just going to be playing devil's advocate. I'm like, no.
That's okay.
You help the nice people get their ship working, and then we can do our shit and go.
Right.
Rather than getting more pets.
You do you.
Yeah, if you let me take a look at it again, I at least know some systems right now, but I'm not really as technical as my crew. But I can we can at least see what parts you need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you survey. Give me a tech check.
I actually don't have that on.
Okay, well, sister,
could I do a piloting check? Would I be able to maybe do a piloting check off of that instead, just knowing? Yeah.
It's tech, so Sister Heliene can actually do it. So
okay.
Let's see here. 3,
6.
4. Yep. 5, 6. Yeah. You know that the shuttle would have parts to do that. But if they don't have it, you assume that there wouldn't be the parts in this salvage field because, they would have already used them by now. You assume that they already have it. So The shuttle would definitely have parts like that, or you're gonna have to get it from a functioning ship. It's basic. I'm not gonna flux capacitors, but you need it from a functioning ship. So you need something from a functioning ship. You could fly all the way back to the anvil, and do that, but you're guessing. People, salvagers saw you enter, and so there's going to be gossiping by the time you get back. People are going to know that you're here, so Malta is probably going to, do something. So, yeah. Now, of course,
slip sink ships. Rotzod.
Okay. Okay. So you figure out what parts you need. You jump back onto your shuttle. You go up to the anvil. You describe the parts to the Jokero. The Jokero fabricate those parts pretty quickly, and hand them to you. And you fly back. This takes a couple hours. And by the time, so how are you going to come back? Are you just going to go openly, or are you going to sneak in stealthily again? What do you want to do?
Sneak. Let's sneak, Aaron. Let's sneak.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going to try and hail Dean again?
Yeah, if he can could he give us any bonus basically for that to be able to get in there? Or do we basically give us more of a cover?
All right, you hail Dean, and he says, "Look, I'm hiding. Malta found out, and she took some of my people hostage. She's waiting for you to show up, and she doesn't know what you want, but I don't know what she wants, but she's real angry that this happened without her knowing. So she knows you're
Inquire if Brecht is amongst them."
So is Brecht amongst them ones?
I don't know. I bug out as her people start grabbing my people.
Where would they be if they haven't been captured?
Well, I mean, the salvage yard probably.
Okay.
Let's Here are the coordinates for the airlock, the back airlock for the colony, but it's I don't know how to get in. I mean,
leave that to us. So
okay,
we're gonna probably be under the assumption that Malta has Brecht anyway, and we're just have to make the push for it.
Okay. So where do you want to land? The salvage yard or the back airlock?
Honestly, at this point, unless there's any kind of evidence to the standing, are you assuming too that Brecht has probably been captured?
Here's kind of what I'm thinking, and it might be a little bit too masturbatory for my own ego, so it's shot at me. But I could do my Halo bullshit again and go try and just be a total distraction for her and her forces while you go check and see if Brecht's okay. Because if he's okay, you could just, give him the shit, get the coordinates, and then come pick me up, do a little hot drop and get me out of there. Versus, again, I'm gonna stick with this idea I have that at this point, Castiel does not want to get involved in any sort of political bullshit, and thus this is all in sort of super cold pragmatism. But I am more than willing to be overridden by the group. But that's what Castiel wants to do. He's already headed back to the rear airlock, the shuttle, and is directing you to basically orbit overhead so he can drop
it. So
yeah,
so
that's what he wants. So yeah,
yeah.
Honestly, that's a good idea right now. And all right, anybody else ideas? Are we good with that, or do you want to try something else?
All this tech talk is making my brain hurt. I really don't know.
I feel like they're all heretics, so probably.
Well, at a minimum, they're cannibals.
So much condemnation.
They're at a minimum, they're cannibals. So
Come on,
exactly.
All right. So where do you want to be dropped off? The colony's underground. You know where the airlock is, but obviously if you rupture the airlock, you're just going to kill everybody in it.
No. I'm not. I don't want to rupture it. I'm just. I'm going to land right outside of it. Knock on the door.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So, so you're jumping while the shuttle is flying. You're literally going to do a.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gravity is lower on this planet, on the moon, because it's a moon. It's smaller. So go and give me athletics.
Yep.
You want backup?
if you want to, but remember, I'm in Terminator armor. I can take a pounding before they're going to do any damage to me. I said, I just don't want to risk you guys. But yeah, you want to come, Tom? By all means. You're friggin'. You've been a good friggin' pit bull to have around. So yeah.
Hey, like I said, my weird brain's at your disposal.
All right. Well, here we go then.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 total from me.
Okay.
Superhero landing.
Yep. Sister Heliene. It's terrible for your knees. Are you also jumping, or are you going to wait to get to the what was that roll for?
What?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
that was a couple minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just all right. So yeah, you land easily. But yeah,
I could just cling to the back of you.
Rotzod, all right, give me athletics to cling to his back. Yep.
6.
That's enough. Yeah, you land and you're there. So you get a radio signal. Well, so Elephyon, you and Sister Heliene are flying off to the salvage yard. So go ahead and give me a piloting check to get there fast and stealthily.
Gotcha. All right.
Nice.
6 on the rat dice, so...
Yeah, at least the glory.
Yep, it is a glory.
Yep, and 6 on that.
Okay, yeah. You get there, you actually, with that extra success, you do see that there are some... The salvagers are there, but there's some other people there with stubbers and, auto rifles. They are clearly, waiting for you to show up to ambush you. So, but they do not see you because you're flying at a distance above them. So you can figure out how you want to approach that. Meanwhile, there's a radio. You hear, an angry woman just. This is Malta, leader of the Beggar Moon Colony, a tyrant beggar moon base. State your business.
This is Battle Brother Castiel of the Dark Angels chapter. I have been receiving communications that this facility is housing heretics and traitors to the Imperium. You will open your airlocks and surrender your arms and your military to me and prepare for inspection. Failure to comply will lead to the destruction of your entire base.
The outer airlock door opens.
Okay, then.
Right. I'm guessing they're not actually going to listen to me and come out. Well, we've committed this far. Orc,
Like,
ready your staff.
it's like, oh yes.
All right.
Okay.
We head in.
All right, so you're in the back airlock. So the outer airlock door closes. The it repressurizes, and the inner door opens to reveal a control room. There's a surveillance suite of the base. Monitors feed from a multitude of hidden cameras. You can see it's a network, a maze of tunnels that have been carved out of the rock. Looks pretty miserable. There's a cork board with and a chalkboard with calculations about remaining rations and food and power. There are notes about troublemakers and that sort of thing. But the PA system crackles on. It's like, hello. I don't know who told. Well, Dean must have told you of this airlock's location. But I'm Malta. I am the leader of this colony. You will find our we have had a very hard existence here, as we've been trapped for years. But Sir Terminator, you will find no problems here.
Be that as it may, any and all signs of heretical or traitorous activity will be dealt with swiftly, and I will judge this. You were instructed to surrender your arms to me. I do not see a stack of what I assume will only be sharpened sticks and polished rocks.
Oh no, we have evacuated and moved to the other side of the colony, but we have rigged. Sometimes you must amputate a limb to save the body. If you press it forward your attack, we have enough charges to bury you. But if you go to the right, to the corridor off to the right, you'll see some very elucidating information.
All right, I open the hatch.
Okay.
What do I see?
Well, you can't really see it from here. You have to step inside. It's kind of dark. You can see like some objects in there, like weird shaped objects.
I would like to request an awareness check with my Oculobe, the Eye of Vengeance, enhances eyesight, including low light vision.
Ooh, okay, damn.
Well, there's another glory dice there for us.
Yeah.
So it's 7. Can I actually make out anything?
Yeah, you can. You can make out so much.
Oh, fuck.
You know the sculpture garden that Dean kind of mentioned a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The you feel the corrupting influence of the chaos as you see these chaotic sculptures. Obviously, you realize in a second that these thing that sleeping on here gives people nightmares influenced by chaos, by the warp, and some of them become compelled to shall we say act out their nightmares by making art, making sculptures, and it is a nightmare sculpture garden of impossible things. The talent that they exhibit is amazing, but it's also very, very. You can feel the latent energies of chaos warping to you, or sort of flowing through you, as you have seen too much.
Fuck's sake.
Yep. Corruption. Okay, so yeah, the warp is bleeding through in this area. It's a causes corruption. Blah 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 blah. It is your conviction attribute versus difficulty number 3.
All right.
Only you're within 15 feet of me.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, you managed to resist it. Yeah.
I turn back on and power on the Vox.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me, Malta. As the leader of these people, you inherently will find the Emperor's judgment upon your shoulders. If you are to surrender, I will permit you to be blessed by the Adeptus Sororitas before your souls shall be purged in holy Prometheum, in order that you may stand before the Emperor with no shame. I only give you this offer once. If you force me to pursue, then all I have to say is, repent, for tomorrow you die.
All right, I'll give you an intimidation check if you really knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I just want to add, also I can kill you with my brain.
Yes. I'm taking a glory point, by the way, because I earned one.
Okay.
Fuck!
Ah! Any wrath left?
Nope.
Yeah, I got one wrath left.
Are you gonna spend it?
Yeah.
I believe in you.
No, it's Die Spot, go fuck yourself. Wow. Son of a bitch, just like real Warhammer. All right, Ross.
Yeah.
What happened?
Mediocre.
Well, they're you've united the colony. You've ended the civil conflict. Dean is all the people that the Malta's taken hostage are now so terrified of you that they will do whatever Malta wants.
Yeah, that's fair, Ross.
You know, Nothing happens right now, but like it's going to be you press forward this fight. It is hundreds of people willing to die with mining charges in tight enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
I feel like it sounded good to me.
Thank you, Orc.
Meanwhile, while that is going on, see, Aaron, Elephyon did very well on his piloting check, I believe. So,
Yeah,
You did.
Elephyon
You
did,
did.
so.
all right. So, how are you wanting to handle this? You see the ambushers; they're kind of scattered around. They have the salvagers, not like they're just kind of off at like hiding in the shadows, but they still have guns on them, waiting for you to show up. So you're guessing obviously is like, give up and we won't kill you and then we'll take your shit. Basic highway robbery. But you could land the shuttle in the distance and sneak in on foot. You could do a dynamic entry. You could do any number of things.
So at least for the dynamic entry, the idea that I'm guessing is if I could swoop into the center, basically use the shuttle to space them out or cause them to knock them over, and then let Heliene come out, just guns blazing.
Sure.
That's like taking as many heretics, if that's okay with her.
Yeah, give me another piloting check.
I love killing heretics.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
I like to imagine people being super cheerful about killing heretics. Like, oh, this is going to be awesome. We're killing heretics.
I just had the idea when I was like, I'm going over this battle plan.
She always
Did I
is.
not just say I love shooting heretics?
Do recall Renee does pretty good role playing this character, and she only smiles in moments like these.
Yeah. So
when she's at the table.
All right, Aaron, give me another piloting check.
Okay. The minute she says that, though, before I just nod, I kind of take her on the shoulders and slowly turn her towards the back. That way, not towards this heretic. Thank you.
You're a useful heretic. For now.
Just take the compliment.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's a smart call.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling myself. So.
Best heroes ever.
All right.
We really are. Fucking hell.
4.
That's fine. Like this, like it's a pretty open area. You don't get any bonuses, but like, Sister Heliene,
It's 5. It's 5.
Yeah, you can pop out and do you need an athletics check or a ballistics check? Well, ballistics, you don't have to. You're just stepping out and opening fire. You're like, this is a troop of like 7 dudes. You need to ace. Each one has 1 wound.
Would this be actually Flamer is assault blast?
Oh, well, this is vacuum, so you can't use it.
Oh, I can't use it.
Yeah, you gotta use bolt gun.
You can use it on the planet.
All right,
but
well,
yeah.
Brutal and rapid fire. So rapid fire would be appropriate, I believe.
That only applies if you're in close range now. So
I mean, it's pretty close range. Like, yeah. There's definitely like it's an open salvage yard, but it's not that like huge. Or there's certainly some dudes close enough to that.
Just kind of
showing
up close. So, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Yeah, that beats it by 4. So you get because you got 1 6, you get 1 shift over. So roll 1 additional ED. Yeah.
So that should be 2 next. You have a standard bolt gun.
Oh, sorry. So 2d6.
Well, it's got 1, right? Its standard bolter has 1 ED, correct?
Yeah.
So you got an additional 1 for the shift. So yeah, you would have 2 of them. So yeah, roll 1 more.
All right.
Woof.
It's okay. What's the damage on it? What's the base damage on it?
10.
10. Okay.
Base damage is 10.
10 damage. So they have soak of 3. So 2. So what was that? 5 damage then?
What's their resilience, Ross?
Resilience, I believe, is 3. They're just dudes.
Okay, then yeah, 5 wounds would have gone through.
Okay. Yeah, you kill. I would say you can kill no more than 3 of them at once because they are spread out a bit. But
That's fair.
let's see here. Yeah, they open fire. The remaining 4 open fire on you, and they don't like you for some weird reason. So what is it? Ballistics.
I am shooketh.
Yep. So they were rolling 66. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. What is your defense?
My defense is 3.
All right, so they get 1 over, which is they get 1 shift. Well, no, they had 4. Oh yeah, no, they need that.
It has to be. Yeah, it's got to be a full. It's got to be. It's got to clear it completely. Okay. Yeah.
So their damage is 7 plus 1 ED. So no, 7. So 7 damage ahead and at you.
What's your Nate? You need to check your resilience plus your armor.
10.
Yep, you are adept to Sororitas. So nothing goes through.
Okay, so yeah.
That's what I thought.
Bounces off the power armor.
Yep. All right, with that, they do...
You do not scare me, puny mortals.
Yeah. Elephyon, what are you just going to step out and also start shooting? Or are you going to try and intimidate them to make them run away? Or what are you going to do?
Yeah, give them one of your famous speeches there.
I don't... I actually don't have intimidation here, but could I possibly pull leadership in one saying, basically pulling up saying, it's like, you absolutely have no idea who you're dealing with. The people who are already giving you, that's like these instructions, don't have your best interest in mind. If you let us leave and get what we need to right now, we'll put the people in who actually care about you and never bother you again. Mostly. Okay. So do that through at least the PA system on there. Could I do a leadership role on that?
Yeah.
To convince them to turn on Malta?
They mostly want to kill us. Mostly.
They mostly want to betray you. Mostly.
If you roll really well, it could definitely happen.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and I think I have 1 more wrath left, so I'm going to go ahead and re-roll the rest of that.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
5 total?
5 total.
5 total? No, because you got 1, 2, 3 on the first one, and you got 3 more on this one, so it'd be 6.
5, 6. Oh, so 6. So okay. Yeah, sorry.
All right. They kind of don't have their hearts in it. So.
Also, do you really want to deal with her? She's not going to stop. Trust me.
I smile.
All right. So, with that, you're able to, Brecht, you're able to exchange parts, with Brecht. And he gives you the coordinates for the signal. So back to Castiel and Rotzod.
Do we have Vox communication?
Yeah.
With the other two, or with 2D? Okay.
So
we know about the exchange.
Yeah. So you can just have them pick you up, and you can take off the planet. You can just back out if you want to.
Okay.
Orc.
Yes.
Is it possible for you to use your powers of the Immaterium to force a cataclysmic overload of the reactor of this facility?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Then Exterminatus is authorized. Do it.
Okay. It's not in the room you're in now. You'll have to go over and find it.
Okay.
But, I mean, well... you are literally psychic, though, so you could do it from a distance. Yeah. Okay. So give me 2, 1 to sense it, and then 1 to detonate it.
All right.
Tom, now's the time. Let that shit loose.
Yeah, we're going letting loose.
All right. How many? Remember, you can get up to 6 extra dice, but they all count as rat dice. So How many do you want to add? How many perils do you want to risk?
I'm thinking this is a good time.
Oh no.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
for all 6?
Yeah, let's do 3. Let's do 3.
Do 3? Okay. All right.
13d6.
Yeah. But the first 4 ED are wrath dice. Yeah.
Oh, and
come on, 6s. Come on, 6s. Please.
Okay, we got a delay, so
Yep.
extra drama.
So it's banter time, right? It's banter time.
Like, wow, this could go really terrible.
Yeah, as he's kind of doing a Dragon Ball Z, lend me your power.
Lend me your power so I can kill these fuckers.
Yep.
He's calling upon the power of Grayskull.
I have all the chaos, and I am all the orcs.
Here's my business card.
All right.
No, actually, honestly, it's just I really think my was just.
Look at that! Look at all those 6s on that, Tom. Yes,
Yes, sir.
For those listening, it worked out.
That is a shit ton of 6s on wrath dice.
Hell yeah!
Look at that.
All right. So you know where it is. You found it.
So yeah, instead of all that, the power of Grayskull, I'm just going to go. Watch this.
Yeah.
Okay, so another one.
So you can't go back down from where you're at, Tom, but you can add more dice if you want to go even harder. But yeah, you can't go down. So it's minimum of what we did this time. 13.
Yeah, let's do it one more time.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and
Come on, the power of Tom compels you. Yes.
All right. You just killed a few hundred heretics for sure. People who are stranded on here, and their goats. They're go firm.
No, actually, I like to think that sister is currently singing the Happy Heretic song. We just do a lot of them.
You do not want to hear him, Zork, if you have not.
So Dean voxes you or radios you before you take off. It's like, what? I heard I sensed an explosion, like a tremor or something. What happened?
Fear not. Your soul will be purified before you go to stand before the Emperor, Dean.
Actually, just go. Everything's fine.
What?
Yeah, basically.
Well, are you good? Are you going?
We are leaving.
Can I come with you?
I'm afraid that is not possible. The taint of chaos has infested your moon and your entire population.
Oh.
You have been unwittingly used to feed the energies of the gods of the immaterium.
This is all new to me.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sure you've been lied to your entire life, and for that, you have my sincerest of apologies.
Okay. All right.
But you're not going to be alone for very long. I mean, with everything that happened, I'm sure I released some spores around here somewhere.
For fuck's sake, Tom.
No, you've been in your vac suit the entire time.
God, your fishbowl is so green.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's so cloudy.
Man, this really needs to be cleaned.
All right.
Later.
So, you leave what's left of the Tyrant Beggar base, the salvage yard, because you didn't blow that up, and head off to the dead planet. You all head to the coordinates, and you do not detect any weapon systems powering up. You know, there are no orbital weapons, so that's good. What is more interesting though is that there is life on the planet. I mean, there is an atmosphere. But you see a clear landing site, a plateau on an island on a sort of gray sea. From orbit you detect multiple structures though. There is the signal is coming from a red tower, literally a metallic tower painted red, but to the east of the landing site, and the red tower is to the south of the landing site. To the east of the landing site, though, about 50 kilometers away from the ideal landing spot, is you recognize it from your psychic vision, Tom. It's the Necropolis, a city of the dead, clearly built by alien, not by human hands.
Can Heliene roll lore? Are we getting enough detail from sensors and scans that she could roll lore and know anything about this stuff, Ross?
Yeah, you could. Hold on. There's a couple to the north of the landing site. There is a swamp. You can see that your sensors detect life in it, so there's obviously some sort of indigenous life. To the northwest of the landing site, there is. Let's see here. There's some sort of purple slashings of lightning illuminating a disturbing mass of black. There's some sort of weird thing going on to the northwest, but you would not have been able to find the site very easily. It would have taken you weeks of scanning. And also you would have been close enough for all of you to have to make a corruption check. Yep.
Guess what? I'm pretty sure you are all within 15 meters of me, so you get to add your rank to your corruption test.
Sweet action.
Your conviction.
Tom, we went up to rank 3, by the way, man. You were off dealing with your car when we were talking about this, but yeah, we're at rank 3. So yeah, just FYI.
All right, so
we get that big buff from her.
It is a conviction test.
Yeah, it's your conviction plus your rank.
Okay. So
I got 5, so I think I'm good, Ross. Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on, let me double check. It is a 5. Yes.
I am way more than fine.
Okay.
That's another glory dice for us.
I've might be having some problems here.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, Aaron. Yeah, you and Renee both are in a little bit of trouble, aren't you?
I got a 3.
You needed 5.
And I had 2, so.
All right. So if you fail, you gain a point of corruption.
Oh.
And if you got a 1, nobody got a 1 on the wrath die. So yeah.
Nope.
No. So what? I forgot. What's the corruption? It's been a long time. So
there's tiers of it, Aaron. But eventually, basically, it's almost like mental health in red markets. It's just a way to kill your character, like other than damage.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, every so often you'll hit a tier and you'll change. You'll start becoming a chaos spawn, and eventually you'll turn into a chaos spawn if you let it go long enough.
Okay, so just
yeah. If
take
you
care of that when we're back.
If you hit 26, you turn into a little.
Yeah, up until 5, you're fine. But you all, regardless of whether you make, actually, no. Elephyon does it because he failed, and Rotzod does it because he's a psyker. But the other 2 of you do not have this. You have visions. So, Elephyon, you suddenly have the vision of you are the Dreknam, and your people are building their burial towers with massive chests and powerful tentacled arms and legs. You cut and move heavy slabs of rock from the north of the island. Now is the time for dying. This is how we die. And then Rotzod, you are the Ulra, the Ulranon. You are standing at the coast, watching the giant aquatic beasts hurl themselves on to the beaches to flop and suffocate. They are doing their part and contributing to the plan. All will die here for all of time. One of your life mates clicks at you. Your gaze travels up its long, thin legs, skinny torso, and delicate pincer arms, and your wings buzz in anticipation. You nod and move towards your death chamber, even as you wish it was time for the mating flight instead of the death song. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Shit.
When I get back, I'm drinking to forget that.
But yeah.
But Aaron, some drink to remember.
Not me.
Sister Heliene, if you have Scholar, you could make a check.
I do indeed have Scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Another glory point.
Glory.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. All right. You do very well. we realize that multiple alien species have evolved over this planet and died or may have traveled here, and they have all been compelled in ancient times to build a city. So this is not only generational; it is millennial, and the effort of multiple species working independently, each compelled to come here and to build a monument, a necropolis to the gate. It is a powerful symbol of death and chaos united, perhaps. It is all four. Well, you can't be sure of which chaos power. I mean, it doesn't sound like Slaanesh or Khorne. Maybe Nurgle, because death, and there's
more about disease.
Tzeentch. Yeah, Tzeentch. This could be a Tzeentch thing.
The cycle of rebirth and death.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, there is a massive building in the center of the necropolis. It would probably be in there, and because these beings have worked on this so far, there would be multiple architecture styles to represent their different abilities and different artistic beliefs. But yeah, this is something that it caused multiple civilizations to willingly march into extinction.
Well, they were clearly heretics.
Yeah.
So we take off and nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah. Well,
but we don't want to destroy it with the gate still active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah. Destroying the gate. So let's see here. Yeah. The dead. Yeah. So the dead gateway is actually the thing in the northwest where the purple lightning is. The necropolis is powering it, though. So,
if we could take out. Well, is it just the entirety of the necropolis that's taking it, or is
no?
It
there is a massive. There's at this point you can even pick up a hum from a faceless square metallic building in the center of the necropolis. So the good landing site, you don't have to make a piloting check, is about 50 kilometers away. But if you want to land closer, you can, but you will have to make a piloting check to land without damaging
the shuttle.
Yeah, the shuttle.
So I don't like to walk.
Okay.
I'm tired of walking today, which is kind of ironic since I've flown most of the time, but I'm going to bitch nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Dicebot is just... God, I'm going to get out my regular dice because I'm tired of Dicebot fucking us.
No, I don't. Dicebot. I lived through Dicebot. You will live through Dicebot.
Going to throw my dice at you when I see you next.
Dicebot is fair. Dicebot is impartial.
It is not bull fucking shit.
If you say it's life and love, I swear.
No, Dicebot is the only role I will accept, unless it. So yeah, can you reroll that, or are you just gonna have to eat that one?
I'm gonna have to eat it because I have no wrath left, so I only have the two. To be
all right. Well, yeah.
Let me recheck that to be sure, but I'm fairly certain that's what you start off with, right? Or is it 3?
It's just it's 2, unless you got the unless you got that fucking blessed by the warp or whatever that talent is.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you favored by the warp. I think that's what it is.
Favored by the warp? Nope.
Oh, I have that one.
Okay. So here's the complication. You don't damage it, but you're going to have a close call as a thing leaps out at you from a cliffside as you bring it in closer. Give me a fear save. Fear, I believe, is willpower.
Mm-hmm. Just willpower alone?
Let's see here. Fear.
Is it not resolve?
Sorry. Yeah, let me... Yeah, they don't have this in the fucking bookmarks.
Okay. Yeah, it's really annoying where they hide some of the stuff.
Fear 159, okay? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fear. Mantic rates. Fear and remove... Fear and terror 232 is actually, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, resolve is where it sent you, but... Yeah. Don't actually see the fear thing itself.
Terror.
Terror.
Yeah, roll your resolve. So
Resolve? Okay.
yeah.
Which was what I will have said, but oh well.
Just remember that everything's going to be fine.
What? I guess would that be 2 successes then?
Yep, it would.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it was difficulty 3. So
Do you want to use a glory dice? We got enough of them.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use a glory. Thank you.
All right, rip.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, you crashed the fucking shuttle. As you veer out of the way, it slams into the other side of the canyon as you're bringing it in to land near the necropolis. Everyone is slammed, and yeah, you start the ship goes down, the shuttle goes down. So everyone give me a resilience check against 6 no, let's say, I don't know what a realistic thing is. 5 wounds for just bouncing around in the shuttle.
5 wounds would put me at heavily wounded.
Okay.
I think 5 wounds is pretty friggin' stout there.
Okay,
Ross.
sorry. So 1
Oh,
wound.
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's up to you. But I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
have 7 wounds. I think I might be the toughest guy in here.
Okay. So let's say
I have 7 too.
let's say 1 wound.
Really?
Yeah. Make a resilience check, DC 4. If you fail, you take a wound from the crash.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what's a resilience check?
It's just resilience, baby. It's under combat traits.
Okay.
What was the difficulty again,
4.
Ross? All right, I make it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this
I
is
missed that one.
This does not have armor applying to it. Cause,
Yeah.
Do wrath dice still apply?
Tommy made it. You got.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. Like just
What if,
the first
what
one.
if you get a shit?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think the only thing that doesn't apply to is.
Yeah.
So, actually, how much glory do we have still?
5.
2. I don't know. I don't know where we are.
I think we're
Oh,
at
yeah,
That's
5.
a lot.
So
Okay,
you
Okay.
I'm going to use one more if you don't mind, because I really don't want to get injured.
okay?
But yeah, I think I just like put my foot up against a bulkhead.
Yeah, okay. I made it 5.
Okay.
Nice.
So take a wound if you failed. If not, you don't take a wound. The ship is damaged though, and certainly you made a lot of noise. It can be repaired, but it'll take time. And anybody who you're definitely not going to have the element of surprise anymore.
Another happy landing.
In my defense, that cyclopean horror jumped out in front of me. And by jumped, stood fairly still while...
Yeah, tried to jump on the
damaged,
shuttle. You jerked out of the way, so it fell to its death. But then you overcorrected and hit the side of the canyon. So, and that knocked you, sent you spinning, and you crashed. So,
Right. Actually, someday we need to do this again. That was fun.
so you head into the necropolis. Not exactly at your goal. You'll have to walk some. But as you pass into it, you see the path starts getting. Even though there were, when you step out, you can see flies and sort of wilted vegetation. But the vegetation quickly becomes dead vegetation. The sound of insects stops. Or the sound of insects stops pretty quickly, and replaced by a hum from a building. Well, there's a sort of, like a low electronic hum that just gets slightly louder and louder as you get closer and closer to the necropolis.
Just
Orc, what do you feel?
without even well, I'm getting a very Plague Lord vibe from this place. I'll see what I can discern.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me a second.
If I start rotting, please do something.
Your death will be swift in honor of your service.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Never mind.
Fuck's sake, Tom can't miss.
You did okay,
psychic rolls.
Orc. You did
He
okay.
can crush. He can crush every.
Yeah, he did get the
Well,
perils of the
he
world
never-
work once.
Oh, I've seen him hit 3 perils of the warp on one roll once, but
All right.
more often than not, this is what he
Um,
rolls.
So give me another corruption test there. Give me that.
Fuck.
You still get your bonus from me.
Okay.
So it would be 7 instead of 4 dice, Tom. Well, actually, I don't know what your conviction is. But your conviction plus your plus 3.
Let me double check that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 7. Yeah, it would be 7.
That's right, because it was so expensive to be a Space Marine. I didn't really go crazy on buffing my stats. That's why I'm not leaps and bounds ahead of you guys. Which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3. Is that good enough, Ross?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see a glimpse of another Space Marine. Only tentacles are growing out of his shoulders.
I was
Fucking
like,
death. Oh, God.
or just kind of like, okay, this probably won't surprise you, but there's one of the messed up versions of you further ahead.
Describe messed up, Orc.
Like limbs where there shouldn't be them, tentacles.
Death Guard.
Right.
This is the work of the Plague Father. We should be cautious.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do this much anymore either.
Agreed.
All
Sister.
right.
Yeah.
There's heretics to kill.
I hope you didn't forget your flamer.
I never forget my flamer. Come on, dude.
That's like forgetting.
Well, there's the one time, but you told us if we ever mentioned it again that the flamer would just be flamed on
Punch.
constantly. Dodge.
I'm getting slightly worried that the orc in the group is becoming kind of the reasonable one.
So,
thought that was your whole thesis statement behind this character, Tom.
Well, it was way more explored with the higher level version of this character.
Yeah, you were definitely the most reasonable out of that lot.
Yeah,
but
he's still working. He's working at it at this point.
Fucking Brits. Anyways,
oh yeah.
So, do we have an entrance point? Ross,
oh yeah,
we can
just
see?
keep walking, keep going east. You'll get to him. He definitely knows you're coming. He's waiting. Yeah. So, as you pass, as you continue to pass, before you get to right outside the necropolis proper, there are statues. But as you look at the statues, there are 4 of them, and each of them, they seem to be humanoid, each about your size. And as you look at them, for a brief moment, they look back at you, and then they are you, and then everyone give me another corruption test.
Fuck.
God damn it. Helping or hurting, Ross? Helping or hurting?
You're going to it's called a necropolis. Multiple alien species died to build it because they were worshiping the gate. I feel like I'm letting y'all off. This is 4, DC 4. It's a little spookier.
Oh, I'm taking a glory then.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to take 2 glory if it's available because I'm gonna fail it otherwise. So,
How many does that leave us with right
2.
now?
well,
Okay.
I can't really deny everybody else. So I guess I have to fail.
All right, so it's 4. All right, take another corruption if you fail.
Fuck.
You saw yourself in there for a second. It was an illusion, but you could feel it, the tendrils of the chaos burrowing into you. This is unholy ground. This is strong with the chaos.
I'll burn a reload and just dump the Stormbolter's magazine into my stash.
Okay, yeah, it shatters. It was only roughly your size, but yeah, for a second it was a perfect simulacrum.
Yeah,
it was.
The force staff breaks things very easily.
Okay, you go over. Swing better. But yeah, as you look ahead, past the walls, there's an avenue of bones, just lining your path, almost as though flower petals set out to welcome you to the city. There are millions of bones. Countless xeno species, countless aliens died in the this city in worship to this unholy thing. The smooth terrain is blanked in meter-tall purple grasses hissing in the salty ocean breeze. The bones seem to have both piskin, fish-like and avian traits. So there again, some fish people, some bird people, just all kinds of aliens. Tall and ancient, these buildings loom over the debris-clogged streets, casting shadows over you. There's no unified style. The structures exhibit a bewildering juxtaposition. A giant ziggurat is dwarfed by a latest work tower abutting Synopsis, nearly melded into a ghastly neighboring cupola. Their sole similarity is the ubiquitous presence of the dead, lying on stone slabs, perched in chairs, ensconced in alcoves, or coiled in the street. The vacant streets resound with the occasional baying of distant creatures and an omnipresent mechanical hum. Yeah. It's not good. But there is a clear path to the massive stone structure, or square structure, that the hum emanates from. So, yeah, I assume there's not going to be any wandering around or looking for loot.
No. Nothing we need here. I stole what I already need to.
Fuck, sick Aaron.
Yep. Just for fun, everyone roll a D100.
Oh,
Fucking kidding me, Rob.
33.
39.
65.
All right, so hold on. So Castiel, you see as you're walking by something that catches your eye. A group of 33 cerulean and violet seashells. Very beautiful. And Castiel's not swayed by them, I see.
Heresy!
He stops for a moment, gazes upon him, and says, I have not seen the like since the time long unremembered. And he shakes his head and keeps walking.
Mm-hmm. Rotzod, you also see seashells. Another group of them.
like, oh, look at those. I hate seashells.
Okay. Let's see here. Sister Heliene, you see some finely painted funerary masks made of stone to commemorate, kind of like plague masks, but made of stone. They were obviously meant to put on they rest on a avian skeleton on a stone slab near the path you're walking through. But yeah, just some really nice funerary masks.
Cute.
Okay. And Elephyon, you see some intricately wrought metal staff. Seems to crackle with energy a little bit.
Aaron, bite your tongue. Bite it.
Could use that.
Elephyon, you can just take it. No one will see you.
I really don't have space on the ship for right now.
Oh, yeah, you do. You definitely. I'll give you a glory point if you take it, you fucking looter. You're a Corsair.
You mean a wrath point?
Oh, yeah, I'll give you a wrath point. Yeah.
This is how the elves died. Not with a bang, but with a whisper.
There's nothing good here, and I don't. And I already have a headache from this place. That's look around. Get fucked with your cursed loot and walk off.
All right.
God, we're so
faced temptation and he did not flinch. Praise the Lord.
But all your wallets are gone now.
Not a heretic after all.
Oh, in many other ways too. Did I mention your wallets?
I don't carry a wallet.
At one point, there's something flying overhead in the distance. You cannot tell if it is small or very large and very high up. But you find an alley. You find a porch you can stand under, so it cannot see you, and it passes. So it's not totally unpopulated. And again, like I mentioned, there's Bane, but eventually you get to the building. And the door is unlocked, but it seems not to... Well, someone's going to have to force it open.
Less I. Doing it my way.
Okay.
Power fist.
Falco punch.
I mean, it's just 3 to hit it if it's a fucking door. So you can go ahead and roll damage. Actually, no, it's probably like you're just going to be able to hit it. Right. And you open it up. It opens up into a room of total darkness, but you shine your lights in, and it's just sort of an antechamber, but there are stairs leading down. So as you take the stairs, the humming sound becomes more intense. Seems to penetrate into your ears. I mean, even with it's just louder and louder until it's all you can do to hear each other. And your lights seem to dim but you can still see enough to make your way down. And eventually the stairs spill out onto a landing overlooking a colossal chamber filled with, spaceship engines and impulse engines ganged together.
The fuck?
They are all flowing into a, looks like it's a central machine. And Rotzod, you just instinctively know that's linked to the phenomenon to the northwest where the gate is. This is what is powering the gate of the dead. The gateway to Father Nurgle. And there's a lot of these engines. But in the center of it, next to the central machine, there is a possessed Chaos Marine who has been waiting for you. And this one can speak.
Go get him, Ray.
Fuck off.
Brother, join us. The feast here is excellent. Give up your one weakness, and you will know eternal life and such power. And otherwise, you will die to a false emperor, a fool clutching a foolish belief.
No, Johnny, did you back the wrong horse?
Yep. So everyone give me one more corruption test because you're all the center of fucking evil.
I got 4.
Yep, 4 is what you need.
4.
3, 4. I actually made it.
Yep.
But Tom, you rolled a 1 at the front. What the fuck?
That doesn't happen very much this tonight.
Oh, God, what is...
I only got 3, so I do 1 corruption or more than that?
1 corruption.
Okay.
What is 1 corruption?
It's a good hit till you hit 5.
Yeah. Oh no, if you roll a 1 on that, you get double corruption. So you get 2 corruption then, Tom.
Delightful.
Mm-hmm. So the champion of Nurgle, the Death Guard, possessed Space Marine. He join or die, and it sounds like you're not wanting to join Nurgle.
Answer me one question, traitor, and your death will be swift. Have you encountered any members of the Dark Angels Legion before?
Yes, I have. And I will tell you all about them if you join me.
You will tell me nonetheless.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I go, you go. Well, you go, I go. Yeah.
And I actually am going to do a charge attack. So, I forget how many dice I get added for that. Ross, what is his defense?
His defense is only 3.
Okay, well, it's going to be a 5 for me because Power Fist is unwieldy.
Okay.
But I think the charge might help me out with that if I could figure out where it is. Nope. Yeah, that's all the bad stuff. Where's the good stuff? That's all things you don't want to happen to you in the fight. Where's the stuff you do want to have happen? There we go. Multi-attack, charge.
Mm-hmm.
It's +1 dice. Oh well, it's still better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yes. Oh, I like to see that many 6s. Yes. Right. So 2 shifts because I need to use one to get over the mark. So, right. 4 ED.
Okay.
So that would bring me up to 20 damage with -3 armor penetration.
20 damage.
That'll be 21 damage because it's brutal. So I get to add 1 to the ED result. So that 5 will be a 6.
Okay.
So yeah, damage, -3 armor penetration. I know fucking possessed Chaos Space Marines are tough though.
So his resilience is 9 because he has 5 armor total. But
really?
Yeah.
12?
Okay. Well, no, his resilience is 12 base, but 5 of that is armor. So
got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that would put him at 9 resilience. So,
So, yeah, 12 wounds he needs to soak.
12 wounds. So okay. That's a lot. Yep. Okay, so he has 6 in that.
Yeah, he soaked 4 of them.
Yep. He can soak even mortal wounds too. So.
Yeah.
Does not. Yep.
So-
Okay.
I have Terminator armor.
He does have. Yeah. So he will retaliate with his horrifying mutations.
Is what?
That's what his weapon's called. So.
I love it.
All right. He rolls. So it's strength plus weapon skill, right?
No, it's initiative. Plus.
Initiative. Okay. Okay. So there's 13 dice. All right.
It's actually not that good of a roll, things considered, but he gets a shift because my defense is a 3.
Okay. I could spend a point of wrath or ruin to reroll that, can't I?
Yeah, but that would only affect the failed rolls.
Okay. So
yeah, you get more 6s ostensibly with that.
Okay.
But, yeah.
How many did he fail? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
Dice.
So 5 dice. Yeah, he will do that. He gets 1 more shift.
Fuck's sake.
Okay.
That is a combat complication though, because that is his wrath dice he rerolled there for that 1 at the beginning.
Okay. I'll spend another ruin point to ignore that because I'm the GM and I've only spent 2.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 ED on top of whatever the fuck he does. So yeah.
Okay. So 3D. So it's 1 base. So
is it brutal?
It says damage 12 plus 1 ED, AP -2. So
right. But like at the end, there should be like characteristics of the weapon. So you're looking at like brutal or anything like that. Right now,
I would guess it. It doesn't. Yeah.
If it doesn't have it, then it doesn't have it.
Yeah, it doesn't have it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's 1 more point of damage. So what did you say it was? 12 plus the
12
okay,
with
so,
AP2.
All right, so AP2 takes me down to 10. So that's 3 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
I will attempt to soak. Fuck. All right. Well, 2 shock, 2 wounds.
Okay.
Fun. All right. That sucked.
Yep. So, Sister Heliene, you can open fire with the flamer, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Hands, please.
Huh?
I'm in melee. Don't miss. That will deviate. It's a blast weapon, which means it hits me.
So you don't want me to use it, or
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, please don't miss.
Don't miss.
I mean, okay. Let's see. It is 8.
Yep,
I don't think I missed.
that's a good roll. That's a good roll, dear. So that's 2 shifts for you, Renee.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't. I've got.
You
What?
need the stats on the flamer? Is that what you're saying?
10 plus 1 ED.
So
So
now it's
that's 3 ED.
correct.
Okay, so 3. Oops.
Is the flamer brutal, Renee? Does it say?
It is assault, blast, blaze, spread. So no.
No, it is not. You're correct. But he does have blaze. Blaze is good, maybe against a Nurgle possessed Marine. I hope. Yeah. So you are on fire now, Ross.
Okay. How many wounds does it do?
She did 11 damage.
Okay.
Is there any AP on that, Nay? If you said I did.
No.
All right. So yeah. So you're on fire, but you don't take any wounds.
Okay. Yeah, you can't see very well.
If I recall, fire gives you a mortal wound at the end of every round or something like that.
Okay. He can soak mortal wounds.
Yeah, I know, but still has to roll for that shit.
Yep, that's fair. Okay. Let's see here. Rhapsod, you can try and charge in with the staff.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, takes D3 mortal wounds at the start of their turn.
Okay.
And they have to pass a willpower test or suffer the effects of being pinned.
Okay, so you rolled a 1 on that. So does that mean it just auto fails, or is it just always a complication?
No, it's always a complication, but he can still hit.
Okay.
So Tom, your complication. Oh, fuck you, deck. Inconvenient target. Something has gone very wrong with this attack. The strike hits a target that is very inconvenient for the current situation, such as an explosive fuel source or the controls to extend a bridge across the chasm.
Or I could I haven't spent any of my wrath yet.
Yeah.
I could re-roll that.
You could re-roll that.
Yeah. You keep the successes, Tom. So
okay, well then I got
roll 7 dice.
3. That's like okay. So I got 3 6s there.
Yeah. So you can re-roll 7 dice.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
There we go.
All right.
Much better.
Ferocious rending. The attack shreds your opponent's flesh into ribbons. Gory furs of red ruin are torn open, grinding the foe's bones and leaving them open to attack. So on top of everything, you will suffer 1d3 wounds, Ross, and he is vulnerable now.
Okay.
Vulnerable 2, so I think that's the difficulty test you have to pass to not be vulnerable.
Yeah. So the roll was 12.
Okay.
Really, the important part, Tom, is the 1, 2, 3, 4 6s that you're getting here.
So 4 EDs.
Sorry, 3 6s, because the wrath dice doesn't count because it's its own thing. So yeah, you got 3 ED on top of whatever you are.
Okay.
I think it's 1 for the staff.
Yeah, so it'd be 4 now.
Yep.
Nice.
So that'll be another 4 points of damage. So grand total, Tom, how much damage is?
So
your rod is strength plus half your willpower plus the number you got.
that'll be 6, 8 plus that. So 8 plus what the ED was.
Nope. Weapon itself. What is the rod itself?
It's 12.
4.
No.
So that'll be 12 plus the ED.
Yeah.
So that'll be 16?
16, yeah.
Okay.
16?
There's no AP on it. No, there's 1. Actually, 1 on it. So that's another one. So
And it's force. It's force, if that means anything.
Well, yeah, that's why you get your willpower. Also, the 1d3 from your crit, which you got 3 on.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be 8 wounds you'll need to soak across with them because it's not mortal wounds.
Yep.
You can soak
3,
This is the only wrath dice doesn't count. Is on
yeah. So 3, 4. So only soaks 4 out of 8. So but he only had 4 in the first place because he has 12. So because he's a hoss, but it's just 12 wounds. So you kill him. So tell us how you kill him.
target though, Ross.
The what? Oh yeah, inconvenient target.
Target. What the fuck did he hit?
Oh, wait, I thought I re-rolled that. Or is that?
Oh no, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. So you do slay him. And
Basically, like four staff goes right down his throat.
Elephyon, give me an alertness check.
Okay.
Or awareness, whatever it's called.
That's okay.
The notice shit skill.
Awareness?
Yeah.
Sorry. 5.
Okay. And the humming has lowered enough for you to hear in the distance. Well, more closely. Baying sounds and lots of them from all directions except the one you came. So it sounds like you don't have a whole lot of time to do whatever it is you're going to do down here.
Did you say banging or baying?
Baying, like hounds.
Fuck.
So,
let's break this thing and go home.
Well, here's the thing. There's a bunch of these engines, and you need to disable as many of them as possible. Now, you do have melta charges. So you can run and set off charges to blow them. But yeah.
Explosive party!
Yeah. So, you don't have to make rolls to set them. You just have to make athletics checks or something to figure out how you're going to, cover that distance, or like, what is your plan, essentially, I guess. You could also do psychic bullshit for Rhapsod, or Elephyon. You could have been doing this already, actually.
Or actually, could I do a leadership role to basically direct everybody specifically where they need to place the charges?
Yeah.
Maybe like in a sequential order.
Okay. Yeah. Or do you have tech?
I do not.
That's
so
right.
that's it.
But you can, because you made your awareness check, you don't have to make leadership, but with your awareness check, you could give a bonus 2 dice to Sister Heliene to try and figure out how to set off a chain reaction with the melta charges. So,
Yep, I'll put it there. It's like, sorry, you need to basically put this over here, twist it in a certain way, make sure it's pointing towards the east. That's like south wind.
Right.
It's like east and getting the south wind, and pray that this actually works.
Sister Heliene, if you give me a tech chart, a skill, yep, you can figure out how to set off a chain reaction.
Oh fuck!
Can you reroll that?
I have a wrath.
Okay.
Yes,
Please. Please reroll that. Do it. That's better.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah, that's a lot of 6s. You know how to set it off. So, all that really it comes down to now is running. I assume no one wants to make a last stand to you don't really have. No one has to hold off the hounds. Nobody. If you kept that one, that's what somebody would have had to make a heroic sacrifice.
No, we get to blow shit up.
You get to blow shit up. So you set it with enough time for you to get out of the structure. So all of you are running and running and running and running through the necropolis, through the horrors you've seen. Then the hum just stops. You could feel the explosion more than anything else, as all the engines explode from your melta charges. The gate is off. The warp has been disabled. Well, I mean, not disabled, but the warp vortex has been disabled. The gate is no longer powered. So you can get to the shuttle. And this has thrown all the monsters, all the creatures off their bearing. You have enough time to repair the ship.
How many tech checks do we need to make?
No, you don't have to make it. Like it's pretty rudimentary, actually.
But do I need to make a check to get off the planet?
Oh yeah, you do have to do that. The storms are building up. Yeah.
All right. Any other glory left, or?
There is 2 points left.
Okay. If anybody else can,
Spend
mine.
them.
Thank you.
Go for it, dude.
Do it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yep, we're good.
Yep.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. So you managed to get back to the anvil. And the anvil, of course. So you've disabled the gateway. And the Elder Drakara is like, well, I'm not sure exactly what you did, but I'm glad you did it. We can leave now. Is there anything you want to do before we leave this cursed system?
Well, now that can we destroy?
There is a staff.
Like, can we destroy the gate now that it's shut down?
I suppose we could bombard the planet.
That would be
I have the coordinates of that island. I could just level the island with a couple of nuclear warheads.
I mean, we don't have to destroy the whole place. I
Destroy the entire facility, Captain.
But there is a staff, though.
The entire facility.
You had your chance. You had your fucking chance.
Oh, no, this is just for joke purposes.
Yeah,
So.
all right.
And honestly, Jason, after I said it the first time, I thought I heard you cock a gun.
So the island is obliterated. The necropolis and the gateway are destroyed. At least as far as orbital scans can tell. None of you feel like going back down to the planet.
not today, Plague Lord.
While you were the Elder Drakara, while you were down there, we did pick up a signature of a single ship leaving in orbit. So they went off out of the system.
Who knows?
Yes, they from the moon, of course. So
Shall guide them home.
I suppose.
Although I need to make some calls to see if we can actually hawk a giant orbital harpoon.
If you can't, I mean, you're going to go down and salvage that now. All right. So yeah, you managed to escape and continue on your path. But you've stopped a galaxy-wide threat. The gateway has been closed. The Emperor protects. So
Mork and Mork were not lying when they said I would have a great time on this.
So
you're right. I do.
Yeah. This was Dead Planet, a scenario zine written for the Mothership RPG. I did adapt it. What'd you guys think? Did you guys all have fun?
Yeah,
really. Yeah, that was a ton of fun.
Good.
Yeah, tons of lots of different sections that made it all feel very different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Die Roller is a tricksty mistress.
I love it. Yeah. I skipped a lot of stuff in there. But there is a lot of stuff in there. There's like a D100 nightmare tables if you had like slept there. Cause the thing in Mothership is, you're more like people in like the Aliens universe. You're just like blue collar workers or colonial marines or stuff like that. So I thought it'd be fun to have a scenario where you're just like, I have power armor and a bolter and I'm a god. Fuck y'all. I kind of like that. Yeah, the scenario's a lot, obviously more brutal when you're just normal people with a couple of, but I think more Dead Space or something like that. But yeah, I had fun with this, and a lot of weird stuff in that. But it's, I'll send you the PDF afterwards. Anybody have any questions about it?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
All right. All right, cool. Well, thank you all for listening. If you like this scenario, please, I'd suggest getting Dead Planet. Run it. It's pretty easy to adapt for any number of sci-fi systems. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.